Yeah, I think we're going. I think everything is going fine. There we go. Let me go set things up. How's everybody doing today? I know that I'm probably talking to nobody right now. Always takes a little bit for people to get in, but in case somebody decides to watch this VOD in the future, I'd like to greet you right away. I'm having a good day. I did a little bit of grinding on Klee last night. Not a lot, because I didn't have a lot of time. And I had to fight that stupid fire flower. And we're not exactly equipped for doing that fast. So, I mean, maybe I could have done it faster if I switched out, like, literally everybody on the Chaska team to Hydro. That probably could have got it done faster. Would have just been a bunch of swirl, though. That wouldn't be the most effective, but I got her up to, I don't know, 40 or 50. Or probably 50. That sounds more appropriate. Oh, we could check in a second. I did run around, collect a bunch of those trellis mushrooms that you need. Haven't had to do that in a while. But safe to say, she is still not quite at the level that we can use her. But I'm glad that we were able to get Klee yesterday. That was great. Let me... I'm actually running later than I wanted to. I wanted to be on here almost half an hour ago, but after doing a little yard work, I wanted to shower. Especially because I got pricklies all in my fingers. I really need to get gardening gloves. And I just ended up taking way too long in the shower. Like you get really comfortable under the hot water, and then you just start, shower thoughts. You start talking to yourself, and I end up having like a whole conversation in the shower, and then I'm like, oh shoot, I wanted to do other things. Why am I standing in the shower talking to myself? It's like the visage of a monk standing under a waterfall. He's like, man, how can he do it for so long? And you're like, you know what? He's probably lost track of time. That's why. I bet that's part of the reason. But we're here, ready to continue progressing through Inazuma. As soon as I get everything shared out. The huge. Okay, I think that's it. I can move back over to the living room. Last time, we pissed off the Shogun, so now we're on the run. That's where we are. Out of my own boredom, though, several months ago, maybe even last year, I forget when, I ended up unlocking most of the map, so instead of going there the long way, we could just teleport past it and backtrack a little bit. I didn't have a close teleporter, though. We had to go all the way to the statue. Most of what I have previously unlocked are all just the statues of the seven, because that's how you get your map.
Let's fly.
We will still have to run around and get some teleporters. That's fine, though. That's there's little bits of primo gems that are still just locked in the map waiting for us to get it. You guys? Yeah, okay, that's who we're talking to.
I heard they added a couple more people to the wanted list. They're high priority targets, apparently.
But most of our forces are out on the front line. How are we supposed to effectively prioritize them? We'll just have to make sure we keep our eyes peeled when we're out on patrol.
I wonder how they're faring on the front line. Last thing I heard was that we'd pushed the resistance back to just northwest of Musojin Gorge. I don't know if that's true.
You know, it'd be cool if this dialogue was completely
unnecessary. Isn't far from there. We're gaining ground at the moment, but I don't think we're supposed to be on the run that far.
And you could get valuable information from listening to this, right?
We should focus on patrol. Come on, we're up.
Just told them where they pushed back. That tells us how far we need to go. But what if we just avoided
northwest of Musojin Gorge,
the guard altogether and just found the place on our own? Wouldn't that have been exciting?
We should keep asking around though, just to be safe.
Okay, speaking of unlocking things, let's plot towards our teleports. Be a beneficial routing system. Not that it's hard, since we have Chaska, you know. You can get almost anywhere easily if you have a Chaska. Oh, there it is. Character who didn't exist back when this quest was made, or any of this area. There's a few things on my personal account, the one I don't stream on, that I had never gotten before, just never bothered to. I mean, a lot of the stuff I did late cleanup anyway, but I came back with my C1 Chaska, and it's like, oh, I don't even have to do this the way they intended me to do. I can just fly, you know? I could just cheese everything. There's a short on this channel, I think, where you can see me doing that, because I recorded it from the other account. And
I've heard the rumors,
I just go off to a really high place and I shoot off like a rocket.
What about you?
Glide down to get something.
Don't get me started.
I think it's
I was recuperating on Nozuchi Beach. It's complete chaos over there. The Resistance aren't having an easy time of it. They don't have the manpower for an all-out confrontation, so they can't contend with the Shogun's army. The front line used to be further forward, but they had to retreat a couple of times.
Going back
now they're back to Nozuchi Beach. And that's where I've just come from. I was lucky to get out. It's much too dangerous.
Not intended because the
forces are so scattered that no one knows who's who, and anyone you run into
it feels a lot like
going
back through Borderlands.
I just dropped my luggage and ran here.
With Gage
I think we need to keep moving. Things are changing so fast.
And just be like, oh, this fight's so much easier than it would have been before.
Why don't we stick together? Can't hurt to team up with someone.
I bet this is how everybody who came late
on
like a Malwika banner, because she's just so strong. Just feels going through the whole game with Malwika. It's just like, well, that was easier probably than it was supposed to be. I don't care about that weasel right now. We need to go that way. Yeah, let's go get this. Why not? It's not taking us too far out of our way. Oh my god, that guy almost got me. Those boars, man, they're unpredictable. Well, not completely. If they see you, you can predict they're gonna ram you, but... They have some knockback to them, too. Like, you fall over, I would have just been right off that cliff. Okay, where are we going next? Over there? Shoot, we could just go past it.
The hair and feathers are gonna get soaked. Time for some preening when I get back.
Oh, a pirate's diary. I didn't even notice that there. Information? Important? Anything? Is Blue sent to Sumeru. Naval battle. Well, at least nothing important now. Let's go.
You think that's the resistance fighter? Looks like he's in a tight spot. Let's go help him out.
I dare you!
Final warning!
Show me what you've
Hands where I
got!
can see 'em.
Ow.
Let's fly.
I need to train harder.
Tepe, what are you doing?
You saved me. I thought I was about to die. Thank you so much for your help. I'm Tepe, of the Gobius platoon.
Tepe.
I'm with the Resistance. I was sent to the front line just recently. I was looking forward to doing my part. Instead, it seems I fell at the first hurdle. So, you aren't dressed like Resistance fighters? Have you come here looking to sign up? Great! Just the other day, I heard General Goro complaining about how desperate we are for more people. Your support will make a big difference. I'll escort you back to our camp. But first, let me bring you up to speed on our current situation. As you can see, the Resistance are at a constant disadvantage when it comes to open confrontation. The goal of the Shogun's army is to uphold eternity. To this end, they have the support of the Tenryou Commission's general, Kujo Sara, who commands an exceptionally strong force. As for us, vision bearers are few and far between as it is. And because of the Vision Hunt Decree, they're rarer than ever. The fact we're even able to hold out is thanks to the brilliant strategic mind of Her Excellency, Sango no Miya. We're also indebted to the great courage shown by General Goro and the Resistance troops. If only I had a vision myself. Not only would I be better placed to share Her Excellency and General Goro's burden, but I'd be able to hold my own on the battlefield too. I couldn't help but notice that you used elemental energy when saving me just now. You must have a vision yourself?
He's a special case. He doesn't have a vision, but he can control the elements anyway.
Maybe you shouldn't
Are
tell
you
people
serious?
that, Paimon.
That's incredible. I guess that means you're immune to the Vision Hunt Decree. You have to let me introduce you to General Goro.
Because a lot of people
He'll
might take
welcome you
that
with
very
open arms.
weirdly.
Perhaps I can also make a worthy contribution this way.
A lot of
course,
times
I'd
it might be
much
best
rather
just
prove
to
my worth by the
pretend we
sword.
have a vision.
If only taking down Shogunate Samurai was as easy as you make it look.
Till we know we
Anyway,
can trust
we
people.
shouldn't delay. Let's head off.
Oh, actually, there's another teleport over here I should unlock. Yeah, Paimon's like that party member in your D&D group who will get all of your asses thrown in jail because she just willingly gives away information that you shouldn't be giving away to an NPC because she just doesn't know any better. This is one of the
Hair and
most
feathers
dangerous
are gonna get soaked.
places. This entire
Time for some cleaning when I get back.
Let's fly.
Thankfully, I can ignore. Oh, I don't want to look at you. I hate it when the game does that. Apparently in Resident Evil 9 they cloned Wesker. That doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, Wesker himself is already a clone, and it's not the only attempt they've ever made, so...
This is what happened, General Goro. I was surrounded by Shogunate Samurai, and they came to my rescue. They can use the elements without a vision. The Resistance could really use people with that kind of skill. We should bring them in.
I presume you've heard that the goal of the Resistance is to defeat the Shogun's army and repeal the Vision Hunt Decree. This is no easy task. Each who sets foot on the battlefield must be ready to sacrifice their life. Tell me, why do you wish to join us? The Resistance cannot accept any who don't possess a warrior's will. You and I must be certain of your decision. You're referring to the ceremony to mark the 100th Vision
Goro is
season
such a
of the
funny
decree,
character
right?
in world when
Yes,
you
we
think about it,
received some
because
news of
he's
it
just
here,
oblivious
despite
to
it
all
taking
of this.
place over in Inazuma
But in
City.
world, there
It was
is
a disturbance, allegedly.
a
Highly
popular
unusual considering that the
doujinshi,
Raiden Shogun
right, like
appeared in person.
self-publication, about
Why
a
do you
character,
wish
I
to
believe her
discuss
name is
this
Miss
all of a
Hina,
sudden? Unless
who
you have...
is
What?
a gender-bent version of him made by
We had
somebody
fight
who's like a
with the
fan.
Raiden Shogun and everything. Then we grabbed the
That's
vision
done
mirror
under
and
the
whisked him
Yai
off to
Publishing
safety.
House. And there, I think in one of the events too, there's even like a big cardboard cutout of her and everything. And he stood there in front of it
Now
too.
that
He's
you
like,
mention it, we did
this lady
just
looks
recover a
familiar, but I
bounty
can't
notice
place
from a
why. Like,
shogunate
he has
samurai
no
defeated in
clue
battle.
about it.
It read, "Reward for the capture of a blonde-haired traveler and their mysterious flying pet."
Basically the exact same haircut and
So
everything.
this refers to you two?
What? Who are they calling a mysterious flying pet?
My apologies. I understand your situation well enough for now. On behalf of the Resistance,
But I guess if you're too busy
welcome to our ranks.
being a general
Her Excellency is currently away from the
in a
camp.
resistance, you can't
We
really
don't know where
pay
she
attention
went,
to what
but
these
she
things are.
instructed us to take care of everything in her absence. I will ask Teppei
He's
here
just
to
kinda
show you
naive
around the
about the
camp
world, though.
first, and then dispatch you straight to the front line. If you're ready, of course.
Yes, sir.
It is a
used
fun
to be
little
in the
commentary
logistics
though
division,
about
so I'm the right person
how
to show
fans
you
are.
around.
There's a lot of
I know
that
the setup like the back of my hand.
in Genshin.
I'll make sure you get a warm Resistance welcome. Let's start with the field hospital.
A lot of that
Some
in
of my
Hoyo
friends
stuff
are recovering
in general, but
there. Last time I saw them, I promised that I'd introduce any new recruits.
they are not above
When
poking
they're finally
fun
back on the battlefield
at
alongside us, we'll all be brothers
certain
in
parts
arms.
of their player base. You know, not that it isn't all in good fun. I mean, they'd be kind of hypocritical themselves. You go back to Honkai Impact 3rd and before, and they have a bunch of historical people
Is this
that
a new recruit?
were
Looks
men
like
in
a
real
strong
life, but they
addition to
turned
the
them into
troop.
women for the sake of the
Hopefully
game.
someone I can spar with after I've recovered.
So it's kind of the
Whoa.
fan base that you
Brand
attract
new
when you
recruit,
do
and your
things like
first
that.
thought is to start sparring with them. You're getting ahead of yourself. That wound of yours isn't something that's gonna clear up in a few days.
Pretty sure they've done that in this game
Teppei,
too.
did you bring this one in? How are things on the front
Because
line?
there's a character in here that's based off of the
Well, the
real
enemy
life
are
famous
much stronger
chef
than we could have imagined.
Escoffier,
But we're holding
who
our
shares
own.
the same name.
I've been right
And
in
it's
the
like,
thick
yeah,
of it.
no, I think
At one point,
It-
there were a
the
horde
universe
of
still
enemy
works the
troops
same.
surging towards us like the tide.
I'm
But
pretty
I
sure
didn't flinch.
they're still just
I
doing the
drew
same
my
things.
blade and charged straight into the fray. 4 shogunate samurai and only one of me. But I still managed to fend them off.
Look at you. When did you grow nerves of steel?
This guy stole the show, though. When he saw me tiring and falling back, he burst onto the scene and took down a whole group of them in one fell swoop. They were no match for him at all. I heard he even stormed the Vision Hunt ceremony, and that the Raiden Shogun herself failed to take him down.
Amazing work, both
The
of
Shogun
you.
took us down.
Still,
Let's not exaggerate too
I
much.
can
We
believe
barely
most
got
of
out of
that,
there with our
but
asses
him facing
intact.
off against the Raiden Shogun? I think you might be embellishing the story a little there, Teppei. I mean, we've all heard of the Muso no Hitotachi, right? Either way, to tell the truth, with all the losses we've sustained recently, I was starting
Still,
to lose hope in our ability
Getting
to hold
out of
much
there
longer.
at all is impressive. I'm
But
pretty sure
seeing fresh recruits join our
literally
ranks,
anyone else would have
hearing
just been
Teppei's
killed
exploits,
by her.
I'm itching to get myself better as soon as possible, so I can get back out on the front line.
That's a lukewarm epiphany if you ask me. While you're lying there itching to get better, I'm still out there training hard despite my injury. Oh, even though it burst open again yesterday.
It did? Well, do you need me to get you something to dress it with? I heard about a remedy recently that uses wild bugs. All you need to do is grind Onikabuto into powder and it makes a very effective dressing. They say it feels cool on the skin and acts fast to completely cure flesh wounds.
Sure, I'll
Have
take
I ever
one.
tried playing Magic
Thanks.
the Gathering with a blue deck? I don't remember.
Sounds
I
a
haven't
little
played
strange
Magic the
to me.
Gathering in like...
I would have thought wolf hooks would do the trick, but it's your decision.
Well, how about we let our new
18
recruit decide?
years.
I'll stay here and make some preparations. If you're a fan of weird
I
and
might have
wonderful
at one
remedies,
point.
please gather some Onikabuto for me.
Because a
I'll take
lot
it
of
from
my
there.
experience
But
was
if
like
you're more of a
borrowing
Wolfhook
decks.
advocate, bring some of those instead.
I typically
Personally, I
preferred
recommend we try the
playing
new
black,
remedy. It sounds promising.
like mono black, or playing like a black and red mix that a friend made for me. But I don't even recall too much about it, you know.
Thanks for your help.
What we used to
Have
do,
you decided
like,
which dress
I
you'll
was
be using?
already done collecting Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon cards by that point too, but I still ended up playing them. I had a bunch of friends at our lunch table who really liked card games, and they would come to school with multiple decks of the games that they like in their backpack,
Right. I knew you'd back
and
me
they'd
on this.
be bored,
I can't
you know.
guarantee it'll work, but
Be like,
if
hey,
it does,
well, does somebody
everyone
want to
will
play
be
with
fighting
me?
fit
And
again
it's
in
like,
no time.
I'm done eating,
Well, why don't
I'll
you
play
hand me
with
the
you
ingredients?
today. Right?
It's a bit
They'd
of a
hand
chore
the
to
deck.
prepare, so I'll take it from here.
And that's pretty much the last time that I was really playing card games. Outside of, like, maybe a digital format.
Huh?
And even in the digital formats,
Just like that, the pain
I played
stopped.
the Pokemon TCG
Now it just feels numb.
online
Looks
slash
like this might
live,
actually
which
work.
was the one that replaced
Not
online.
bad, Tepe.
For,
as soon as I'm better, we'll have to do some serious sparring together to make up for lost time.
5 or 6 years, I think.
Sparring? You have
And
a
actually maybe
one-track
longer than
mind,
that.
seriously.
No, it definitely has
But
to be longer
good
than that.
going,
I'll
Tepe.
round it up to 8.
When you first applied it,
And then the
it
last
felt
time
like
I'd
you were
even
rubbing
touched like
salt into
Yu-Gi-Oh
the
was
wound.
the compressed
but then the
version
pain
of it.
disappeared and there was just a cool sensation.
For
I swear, I can
Dual
feel my body
Links
repairing itself
might have been
already.
the name of the app that came out.
Still,
And I haven't really played
I
a
better
card game
not start
since.
overdoing it quite yet. Thanks to both of you for looking after us so well. The day I'm
Mario
discharged,
Yu-Gi-Oh! Is boring? Yeah, it
drinks
is.
are on
Duel
me.
Links was fun at first, though. Like, I was
Just glad
playing
we were
it
able to help. All right.
for,
I'm
like, the
gonna continue
first
giving our new recruit
season
the
or whatever
grand
you want to
tour.
call it.
Rest up, you guys.
Because it was pretty much just
Don't forget
OG.
to visit the training grounds.
It was a little
Get
less
some
fun, though, because
practice
it was
in before you
only
hit the front line.
3 slots per row instead of
Calm
5.
down and get some
But it was
rest.
supposed to be a faster
The
compressed game, too.
training
You didn't
grounds.
start with as
That
many life
reminds
points.
me, they should be doing archery training over there right now. Well, let's
And
head
even
over.
the PvP was kind of fun, not just the campaign. But once it got past OG Yu-Gi-Oh, I stopped caring. Like it was a fun little romp for me, and then I left.
Oh, another miss.
I think if I were
This
gonna play
sucks.
anything related to
Let's see now.
Yu-Gi-Oh again,
I've loosed
I would
exactly
probably go
10
back to
arrows
the
and only one.
GBA games and just
Bullseye?
play through those campaigns. Those were fun. I think they
Only
probably
one
still
hit the
hold up too.
target.
This isn't
I don't
good
even think
enough.
I would use codes,
It's evident
right?
from
Because
these
you know
past
you
few
could
days, the practice
type
alone
in
isn't enough to improve our
the number at the
marksmanship.
bottom of the card and get it
How
inside
hard
the
could
video
it
game.
be? Just draw the bow, aim,
I
and
think I would
shoot.
just do the raw campaign and get the
Clearly, I
booster packs and stuff
underestimated
that
the
you
skill
get
involved.
while playing.
With progress like this, who knows when we'll be fit for battle? I suppose all we can do for now is wait for the drill master's next visit and ask him for more
Or
tips.
if I wanted a completely
Seems things have
ridiculous
gotten
old
tough on the
experience,
front
I
line
would probably
recently. All the
go
best drill
over.
masters have already been dispatched
I
to
don't remember if
fight.
it was PlayStation 1 or 2,
I guess we'll just
but
have
I'd probably
to keep
play through like
practicing
Duel of
ourselves.
Roses. That game was stupid, but like
This rate,
stupid in a
who
fun
knows
way.
if we'll ever become resistance fighters.
Come on, guys. Less complaining. More training.
Teppei senpai?
Listen up for a second. I've come to introduce our newest recruit. In battle, he single-handedly slayed multiple shogunate samurai without so much as breaking a sweat. And that was after interrupting the vision hunt ceremony with a feat of stunning bravery. Not to mention surviving an encounter with the Raiden Shogun.
Is that true? Perhaps you'd be willing to give us some archery tips? We promise not to take too much of your time. A quick demonstration would be all we need. Our previous training was so rushed that we hardly remember the
There's a
proper
card game
technique.
in here.
It would mean a lot.
I don't particularly care for it,
Oh,
but
you got it. We
there
won't
are
let you
rewards
down.
locked behind it, and maybe after we progress through the story, maybe we catch up. On stream, I'll play some because I'd be more likely to enjoy it on stream. Oh, wait, 1, 2. Oh,
pressure getting to you? That's no way to demonstrate. Let's go. Show
I was walking in the other area and I had absolutely no idea what was going on
I'm sure you'll
until
get it
after
this
the
time.
timer already started ticking down. Okay, what am I needing to do? Destroy the blue ones. Got it. This actually kind of sucks on controller. I hate the archery on it because you have to hold down with one hand and aim with the opposite, and it's very finicky. But maybe it's because playing this on computer for so many years, I'm just spoiled by being able to aim with a mouse. Like, it's not that it's impossible, it just feels
Well,
bad.
there you have it. I told you our latest recruit is pretty strong.
Incredible.
I think that's just
think I
any
understand what I
any
was doing
shooting with a
wrong now.
controller feels bad to me. You
My
know.
posture was off, and I didn't draw back with enough force. Seems I also need to focus on keeping my
I've been
grip
doing it
steady
for
and
years.
monitoring the external environment. If
Out
I
of,
can
like,
get those few down, I'll be
It being
hitting my mark
mandatory
in no
when playing
time.
on a console. Any shooting game on a console,
Those
I
few,
have to
huh?
use a controller for it.
Watching your demonstration was a great
Going all
help.
the
I
way
learned
back,
a lot.
but it's
At
still
least
just
this
never
time I
as
was
good
able
as
to
being able to
observe
aim
some
with a
proper
mouse.
technique. As long as I can retain it, I know I'll become much stronger. Honestly, before this whole conflict came about, I was just another everyday citizen of Watatsumi Island. My wife and I were leading a quiet life together. War and battles were the last
Aiming
things
with
on
a
our minds.
flight stick is actually fun
That all
sometimes
changed with
too,
the
but you don't
vision
have
of
that
Decree.
option on
The
console.
actions of the Shogun's army ignited something inside me. That's why I joined the resistance.
Is having a Mongolian
The road
character
ahead
who's
of
an
us now
expert bowman
seems like a long one
offensive?
indeed.
I don't know
Those
how
of
to
us
answer that
without
question.
visions or
I
combat
wouldn't
skills
assume
really
so.
become adept fighters like them?
If anything, I
There's
would
no use in
believe that
speculating.
Mongolians are
Thank you
proud
both
of
for your
their
help.
history of
We'll keep
archery.
practicing as much as we
but
can.
I'm not inside the
With us
brain of
holding the
people
front
who are
line,
easily
you can
offensive. I
continue
guarantee
sharpening
you
your
somebody
skills
will
until
be
you're
offended
ready.
from it, but they're probably
Now
not
then,
people you should listen
Let
to
me show
anyway.
you around some other places. Where should we head next?
Sir, we've got trouble.
In the same way that,
Shogun's army
like,
is attacking. There are
people
still
get
many
offended
wounded
on
in
other
the camp.
people's behalves.
We mustn't let the enemy break through. We'll need your help
When you
to
have
hold
somebody
them off.
wearing like a sombrero because they want to
Impossible. How could they have reached us all the way out
celebrate
here?
like Mexico or
We
whatever,
better go assess
and
the
they're not
situation.
Mexican. But then,
Chance
like,
for us to
you go
prove
and
our
ask
work
any
in-
actual Mexican, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's our favorite moment." Like, you know, you should probably figure out who you should listen to there, and ignore people who get easily offended.
Knock them down.
That's always been mine.
Lost. Well, we managed to hold them off. But what would the Shogun's army be doing here? We have sentries and patrols posted all around the perimeter here. The enemy should never have been able to reach us this far unnoticed. Unless we have a traitor in our midst. They must have an informant, feeding them intelligence and helping them to approach unseen. That's the only possible explanation. Our priority is finding the agent and protecting the camp. This is my chance to show what I'm made of.
Sir, if I may. I just returned from inspecting the perimeter. It appears that several portions of our defensive walls were already collapsed. The Shogun's army must have known about this vulnerability and made their way over from the cliffs nearby before attacking through the gaps in our defenses. I suggest we repair the walls and double the guard. That should keep them from sneaking up on us like this again.
In that case... Understood. Leave the repairs to us. We can make use of the wooden rope nearby to patch up the defenses. Why don't we make
Like,
this
I think
more
one of the
interesting,
reasons,
recruit?
just thinking
A
about it further,
contest
why I
between the
don't
two of
like
us. Just don't
Genius
underestimate me.
Invocation, TCG, which is
If there's anything I know,
the in-world
it's
card game
logistics.
for
You'll see.
Genshin, is while it's not exactly the same, it's basically a Magic the Gathering type game, and I don't enjoy the way Magic the Gathering plays. So, it's like, oh man. I'm glad this is a completely optional thing. Collect nearby repair materials. Oh, there it is. Because, like, I would be so frustrated if I was forced to play that all the time. It is cool that there's just random people walking around the world that you can challenge, though. like if you had any type of
All right,
open world
that should
game
do
that
it.
had a trading
The
card game
Shogun's
inside of
army
it,
will have a hard
you
time
would
getting
want
past this, no matter how
specific
determined
random
they are.
NPCs to be like,
It
oh
seems
look,
I've
they've
made
got the
another
card box
valuable
over there. You can
contribution to
duel
the
them.
Resistance. But why does it always have to be logistics work? I thought getting transferred to the front line would be a chance to showcase my abilities and square off with the enemy. Instead, here I am. Doing what I've always done before.
Why are you so insistent about being on the front line?
It's just like General Goro said. We joined the Resistance because of our warriors' will. There are a multitude
You like how
of
the
ways
mana
to
system for
contribute
Magic
to
the
the
Gathering
Resistance,
prevents
but
one-turn
who
kills
wouldn't
like
want to
in
take
Yu-Gi-Oh?
out a few Shogunate samurai?
Yeah, I
given
don't
the
think it's a bad
chance?
system at all.
Anyway, we got more than we bargained for in
I
inspecting
think
the camp. Let's report
every
back to
game
General
needs
Goro.
some type of resource
If all goes
system.
well, we might
And
just
I
be
think
assigned
that's
a few missions closer to the
kind of
action.
one of the problems with Yu-Gi-Oh. If you're going to be what I call a reductive game, right, where the enemy has a point pool, whether it's HP, life points, whatever, and you're trying to reduce it, I think you need some type of resource system so that the game can't just end right away. Pokemon, it's technically a reductive system, sort of. Your enemy's life is your prize cards, if you want to look at it that way. You want to get all your prize cards first so you win. So ultimately you could say your enemy has like 6 hit points. And Pokemon has an energy system, which cards in your deck. That one's also fine. I kind of like that one a little bit more, but they're not ultimately dissimilar. If you're not going to have some type of resource that limits what a player can do, which Yu-Gi-Oh! Is basically that, because the only resource in the game is other monster cards, right? Like you need a sacrifice to get a better monster. You could also drain your opponent's deck as an option. Yeah. A lot of games just end when the deck runs out, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Is an example of one of them. But I think if you're not going to have some type of limiting resource, you need to have some other way of ensuring that the game can go on for a decent amount. Obviously, you don't want it to go on forever. You don't want to hold somebody hostage until they just give up. But you want to have like a fun length that everybody can enjoy. I think you need to have an additive system instead of a reductive system, which is why the card game I'm using, I don't really want too many resources in it. I would rather focus more on
I don't see General Goro anywhere.
the strategy of team compositions and how cards interact with each other. I'm going to go more with a high score system. So instead of you being able to end the game by finishing off your opponent, the game's going to have an agreed upon number of rounds, and the whole point is to try to get your score higher than your opponent by the end of the game, with you having options of also lowering your opponent's score, so you're still competing directly against each other, and it's not just about like
the situation is becoming
you mathematically having a better deck.
If we retreat any further,
like,
I fear morale
the sabotaging is the entire point of the game.
We can only pray that General
it is still a
Goro will
skirmish
be able
at the end
to turn
of the
the tide, however difficult that may seem.
We should go to the front line.
But I think that's the only way you
Our
can do
forces
something
need
like
all the
that
help they can get.
necessarily
We're no use to them here. We mustn't let
without
Tatarasuna
having
fall to the enemy.
like a finite resource. Go to the front lines, okay. Maybe on our way back, part of the front lines actually. Oh, over there? Never mind. Never mind. We'll go get this now, and then we'll just teleport over there. Oh, let's get that. There's a lot of stuff here that you just can't get right away, because you need... I think that's a higher level one. I don't think we can get in there, right? Yeah, that's a 3. You need to get a higher blessing level from the Sakura tree to increase your electrogram, and then you can eventually get there. Now, one of the ways to get their higher blessing level from the Sakura tree is to just do open world exploration, get chests, do quests, stuff like that. And then you give... How many do I have any on me? Not enough to give up, but yeah, you give these, the electro signals to the tree. And once the sigil is given to it, it'll upgrade. And then be like, oh, cool, now I can take the electrogram with me and let me pass through the force field. Is it the best system? No. No. Not really at all. I'm going the wrong way. Is it the worst? No, not really either. Is it a little frustrating, though, passing something and realizing that it's not something you could just solve? Right? Where it's just like, ugh, gotta backtrack and come here later after I'm stronger. I feel like there should be a Magic the Gathering cartoon. Yeah, I'd probably enjoy that more than actually playing the game. I'd give it a shot, though. Knowing the people that would work on stuff like that these days, it probably wouldn't be good.
So, you are the only one here?
It's actually probably for the best there isn't one now. Now, if it was something that was made
she is the one that's been causing our forces
15
so
to
much
25
trouble.
years ago,
The fact the Resistance has even held out for this long is thanks to
then
her.
it probably would have been a lot better, but
soon,
now,
the Resistance
I don't know.
will
I don't trust it.
They are no match for the might of the Shogun's army. Her schemes mean nothing now. We have already rooted out those behind the
Speaking
Resistance.
of animation,
All who have
we
dishonored
did get
the
recent
almighty
confirmation
Shogun will be
that
punished.
finally,
I have
after
faith in Her Excellency
when was it
and in the
announced?
soldiers
I
of
think
the
it was
Resistance.
announced
The Vision Hunt Decree
close to
is
the
a
first
brutal
anniversary.
injustice.
So
Our
that would have been
resistance has only just begun.
5 years and change ago.
It is futile.
That UFO
There is one other
is
thing. I'm sure you've seen the recent arrest warrants.
finally working on the
I trust
Genshin
that the blonde
anime.
traveler is somewhere among your forces now. I will make you a deal.
So I'm excited for that.
Hand him
Probably
over
won't
to
even
us,
see anything
and
of
you'll
it
buy
for
yourself some time.
another year or two.
A
But the fact that
respite
they're
from the
actually
bloodshed
finally
would be
working on it
advantageous to both sides.
is kind of cool.
Would it not?
So that's why you brought reinforcements. Just to get...
He is of great importance to the almighty Shogun. But the way I see it, he is expendable to the Resistance.
That's where you're wrong. He means just as much to us. As a member of the Resistance, he's a comrade. I'll never surrender him to you. The Resistance never betrays its own. Her Excellency made that clear to everyone from the very beginning.
General Goro!
Tepe and the Traveler, what are you doing here? It would appear our time to fight side by side has finally come.
Well, well. We meet again.
I'll
This
be
time,
real,
I won't let you get
Goro.
away.
If I had to choose between
I thought
you,
that
I
you
would rather
seek
be on the
refuge
side
with
of
the
Kujo
Resistance
Sara.
in the hope of receiving asylum. That you choose
I really
to
like
show
her
up here
character
proves
design.
that you have more bravery in
everything
you than
about her.
I had originally thought.
She's
And now that you're
designed
here,
based off of
I have a proposal.
Tengu.
Why not
So she's
kind of
got like the goblin mask on her side.
A fight of honor?
She has like
What's that?
raven crow wings
Before the
in
battle
her kit and
begins,
everything.
each side chooses their finest
Very
warrior
Tengu.
for a match of single combat.
And
To the
also
superior
she
force,
is
there's little
a
significance in such
like
duel.
fangirl
But to the weaker force,
of the
victory
Shogun.
could constitute an
Which,
important boost to their morale.
You know,
her motives are clear.
that's their local god.
She
I mean,
wants
you
to use
can't
the
blame
match as an
somebody for being
opportunity to
very
capture
devout,
you.
right?
Do not feel compelled
But
to
she
participate.
goes out of her way
We could take the fight to them without such a ceremony.
as the Shogun's biggest fan to like collect all of these limited edition statues
Will
of
you
her
fight?
and everything.
Remove all threats to eternity! By order of the almighty Shogun!
Be wary! You're up against a powerful opponent.
Yeah, so powerful. Have you ever met a giant gun? I don't think so.
You got this!
There's more than one round! Keep it up!
I won't forget this.
feels like Bloodsport, where Jean-Claude Van Damme has to just like fight a bunch of people, like 100 people in a row, but it's all one by one.
Look, that's 2 rounds in a row.
Though this is
the Shogun's army
far
is
more
not
accurate
invincible.
to some things
We
that have
can
happened
win.
in Japanese combat
Soldiers
than
are rallying.
the
Your
movie
warrior's
Bloodsport
will is
was.
bringing them hope,
I don't
traveler.
remember where they were. They were somewhere in Southeast Asia, maybe Thailand. Might have been where Bloodsport was.
I need to train harder.
Because one of the things
Stronger
about
than I anticipated.
a lot of
This contest
wars
has served its purpose.
during feudal
Soldiers,
Japan,
attack!
and technically this would
Glory
be
to the Shogun
more based
and
off the
their
Shogun era
everlasting reign!
than
Prepare to
feudal Japan.
engage.
But war during that time
All of you
would
with
often
me.
just break down into everybody separating into one-on-one fights instead of like a big chaotic battlefield. It'd just be a bunch of duels. Which, when you understand that too, a lot of the way things happen in like manga and anime make a lot of sense. Right? Where everything's just like a bunch of one-on-one fights. Nobody, for the most part, don't team up on each other unless somebody's specifically trying to do like a party fantasy or something. And it's like, well, yeah, that's how historically things happened in Japan. So that's just the normal. It seems odd maybe to us, but that's like the normal to them. That does not seem safe. Oh, that's her. I forgot. No, that's good for us.
Her Excellency!
The wait is over, my comrades. Now is our moment.
Calm as the breeze, my lady.
See, Fizz says, I think
just
if
hope
you
you can afford all these
want
maps
to tell a
together.
serious Magic the Gathering story, the MC shouldn't be a planeswalker, like in all the novels and comics,
meet again,
but
old
they
friend.
would never do that. I've never read a novel or comic at all. If that's the way they've been doing, I would probably default to agreeing that they would probably never do that. That seems to just be the way they like to do their storytelling.
Greetings. Well, this is the first time we've met. Please, allow me to introduce myself. I am Sangonomiya Kokomi, organizer of the Resistance and also the Divine Priestess of Watatsumi Island. Perhaps it's the first time you're hearing that title. To put it simply, I'm the person currently in charge on Watatsumi Island, which is also the home front of the Resistance. I've actually heard all about you from Beidou and Kazuha. I hadn't expected to find you join the Resistance, though. Do you have a plan beyond this point? In that case, shall we continue our conversation at the Shrine of Sangonomiya? Although the Shogun's army has retreated for now, the war is far from over. The Vision Hunt Decree has not been repealed, and neither the Tenryo Commission nor the Raiden Shogun show any sign of stopping. In short, our problems have yet to be resolved. I suggest we move to the shrine to discuss our counterplan. What say you?
Can I come too?
I don't know. I
know
think maybe the main
Watatsumi
reason
Island very well.
Magic the
I can
Gathering
carry on
lore
being
isn't
your
that
guide if you'd
popular
like.
is that they don't make smart decisions like selling
Goro, thank
booster
you for
pack
all you
comic
have
book
done.
combos or
Our
stuff like
forces are
that, you
weaker
know?
than the Shogun's army.
I think
And my absence can only
like one of the
have made
reasons
recent
Spawn
days all the more
really kicked
trying
off
for you.
was not necessarily
I'm
because it's a good
afraid
comic,
I must still
though it
ask
is a
you to
good
stay
comic.
a while longer.
But you know,
to
it
keep
was a
eyes
new
on the
comic
Shogun's army and also to see to the wounded.
in an age of legacies,
But I will ask the mercenaries
and
to remain
it's hard to get
stationed
people into a new thing.
Kazuha
But
is
Spawn,
here, too.
like McFarlane's, like we're just gonna
Hopefully
put
this will
comics in
serve
with
to reduce
toys.
the pressure you
We're gonna
are
get
under.
people sold on wanting
received, Your
the kid to have a
Excellency.
cool toy first that they see in the toy aisle, and a comic
I
comes
must
with it.
return to Sangonomiya now. I have a few things to attend to. Once you're ready, please rendezvous with
Like,
Ted
I think
King.
Magic the Gathering lore's
He will
not
escort
popular
you there.
because they've never really done
Thank
anything
you
to make Magic the
for
Gathering
all
lore
your
popular.
efforts so far. From this day on,
like for example, bringing up there should be a cartoon. They've never really made media for people to want to be interested in it other than like comics and novels. And even when it comes to games, the very few they're literally just kind of digital ways of playing the card game. You don't have like a story-focused game that involves maybe the mechanics of the card game or something like that. I don't know why that wasn't automatically just chosen. That's weird. No, I'm just gonna ignore you guys.
let's fly.
Yeah, it was really weird that you're into D&D lore, having never played it, but I guess it's a lot harder to get into playing a D&D game than it is, say, Magic the Gathering.
Hair and feathers.
You only need one other person
Time for
or
some
a
cleaning
bot
when I get back.
to play Magic the Gathering. Oh, wow. I was not expecting to be shot by lightning there. I didn't even see a warning. How far away are we? Oh. Why am I walking here? Well, D&D, you need like a whole... Well, technically, you can do a D&D campaign with just 2 people. You can have a Dungeon Master and a single player, but that's boring. You only do that when you're desperate. While D&D, like, for it to really be fun, you kind of need at least 4 people, because I think a minimum fun party is probably a party of 3, right? So then you need a Dungeon Master as well. And that already starts to make things complicated. To be able to get 4 people together consistently.
Your appointment with Sangonomiya is fast approaching. We should get going.
But also, ready? I feel like
we'll start by heading to the camp on Watatsumi
it's a lot easier for D&D lore to be interesting to people too.
From there.
Because
if you start to feel seasick at any
for
point
Magic the
trip,
Gathering, at least at first, the lore just needs to be serviceable to selling a card game.
Spent time with the Crux fleet in the past, so I think you'll probably be fine.
It's something that expands over time. It's not like the people who made the lore originally don't care about it, but it's about like the nature of why it needs to be made. While D&D, the game kind of just doesn't really function without actually caring about making the lore deep and intriguing. Yeah, I'll just go there by hand later instead of taking the boat. I guess technically everything's by hand. It doesn't move unless I use my thumbs. It's a weird thing to say. Don't know why I say weird things sometimes, but I think we all do. Yeah. Like, the D&D does not work without its lore. Magic the Gathering, you can completely ignore all of its lore and still play the game.
Here we are. The training grounds for Watatsumi Island's troops. Right now, the Resistance
especially
is
look at
made up of local
modern
Magic
the Gathering. They know their own lore doesn't matter.
Some of them
much.
Are fighting with the Shogun's army
right?
in Tatarasuna.
Because
and some
I
of
think
them
the last few years they've put out more.
Did you used to train here too?
Maybe not few, but at least last couple years, I've heard people saying that they've put out, on average, more collabs than original content.
I had the chance to impress the instructors.
Like, it went from a couple collabs to being like 50-50 to I think being like 60-40
If you need me for anything, just come here. If I'm not
and
around,
people who come into the game for a collab,
as soon as I see
like
it, I'll
say the
come
Final
find you.
Fantasy one, which is the only stuff I've ever had any interest in collecting.
Shoot, it's nearly time for the appointment with Her Excellency.
Don't care about the base lore of the game, and they don't need to because they can play the game with the collab deck that they've
Let's
got.
get ourselves over to Sangonomiya.
So, Sangonomiya is the name of the place where Sangonomiya Kokomi lives? Huh. Let's go check it out.
Where is this? Is it up? I It is not up, or else I'd see it, so I guess it's down. Oh, nope, it's here. It was level. Go in there. Do I have the teleport for that? I do. Now, oddly, you'd think more people would know the lore for, say, Yu-Gi-Oh!
Top priority, period. We cannot afford any losses.
Since
With the conflict
Yu-Gi-Oh's
between us and the
entire lore
Shogun's
was made
army
to sell the
getting
card
more
game.
intense by the day, we must prioritize the stability of
But
the rear guard.
I've heard,
I will think of a
I don't know if I believe it, but it sounds
we have
rational,
a fresh batch of supplies in hand, and I'm
that
working on
after
expanding the army.
the first
appreciate
season
that
or
the
whatever, the
lack of
Duelist
manpower
Kingdom,
has been hard
most
on
people who
all
had
of
interest
you,
in it kind of
but
just
things
dropped
are
off.
going to get better.
Which is
We're expanding
weird
the army?
that the series kept going so on,
That's
but like
great.
you look at the numbers
Whoever
for
this
each
mystery
series of
supporter
Yu-Gi-Oh
is,
just got lower and
they're
lower
doing
each
us a
time.
great service. Huh? Tepe.
So there are more people who
What
play
are
the
you
card
doing
game that
back on
actually know the lore of
Watatsumi Island?
Yu-Gi-Oh. That one's a true one.
Might I ask who?
Pokemon might be one of the only card games
VIP guests of Her Excellency,
that's
who.
popular
I'm
and not
acting
just some
under
niche
orders to
thing
escort
that
them both here.
people liked the series
Oh,
first, so
really?
they got the card game.
Wait,
Pokemon might be one of the
so
only
you the
popular
new
card
recruits
games
everyone's been
where
talking
more
about.
people know the lore
Strength of
behind
20
the stuff in the
men's, with an
cards
arrow
than
each
actually
weighing from
play the
100
card game.
paces. Skin as hard as diamond. That's you?
Seriously? What is going on with these rumors?
You've come a long way. I'm sure you must be here on pressing business, so I won't disturb you any further.
Though actually, the One
Feel free
Piece
to
card
visit
game
me
has
if you
gotten
have
big
any
enough that
time
it
to
might
spare.
not qualify as
Your
niche anymore.
Excellency,
It's not like
I'll take my leave.
as popular as what you would call the big three, which are
Your
definitely
Excellency,
MTG, Pokemon,
I
and Yu-Gi-Oh.
couldn't help but overhear Okubo mention something about a
It's not like the
third-party
A-list.
supporter?
But I
What
think
was
the
that
One Piece
about?
card game has moved
Not
up into
long
the
ago,
B-list
someone wrote to me saying
when you
that
look
they
at
wish
the
to
sales
support the
and the
Watatsumi
actual
Island
competitions
Resistance
for it.
effort. To that
So
end,
that
they
one might
also
also
furnished us
fall
with
into
a
that
great
category
deal
if you
of
want to
supplies.
consider B-listers.
Thanks to them, we can finally
Where
start
there are more people
recruiting
who know the
troops on
lore of the thing
scale
the
we
card
need
game is
to
based
openly
off of than the
confront
other
the
way
Shogun's
around.
army on the front line. I am not without my doubts about the whole affair, but Watatsumi Island is hardly
See,
affluent.
played in a
and
Warhammer
these
40k
supplies are a
RPG once,
much-needed
yet still
lifeline
don't
for us. The sender's conditions
really
were also
like
reasonable.
the setting.
They simply ask us to dedicate ourselves fully to
I like
fighting
the
against the
Warhammer
Shogun's
setting more
army.
than I like the game.
Whatever other motives they may have, we are at least aligned.
But I think
on
it's
this.
also because I've
So let's
barely ever
consider
touched
them
the
an
game.
anonymous ally.
And so I haven't had like a good experience with it. I'm
Naturally,
sure I'd
we
probably
shouldn't
really
let
like
our guard
Warhammer if
down.
I had
If
a
you
good
discover
experience with
anything
it.
out of the ordinary, please report it to me at once.
Your Excellency? Does this mean
And
that the
actually,
food at the
part of
front
it too is
line
I've
is
never
gonna get any
played
better?
an RPG.
I was
I've
at
only
the
ever
field
played
hospital the other
battles.
day, and everyone was begging for some barbecued meat.
And I've had to play
Don't
like
worry.
a really janked
I've
version of
already
the
made
battles
arrangements for that.
because I can't afford
Everyone
pieces.
will have their fill of meat. But to be
I've
clear,
always
still no
been
alcohol.
poor. So it's like
That's fantastic.
we have to have substitutions for
I
pieces to
understand
play
how
our
hard it's been on
basically
everyone.
knockoff
The
Warhammer
Resistance
battles.
Army's rations have barely changed at all since the Vision Hunt decree was first announced.
Oh yeah, it's
I will
super
discuss
expensive.
this with the Logistics Division to see what further improvements can be made. However,
And honestly, I would
our
prefer
supplies are
like the
still
die-cast
limited.
pieces or whatever, but
I
they're
must
even
ask
more
you to remain
expensive.
patient
So sometimes
until
if there's a
victory
set
is
you want
ours.
and you really want to break in, but there's not a plastic version of it, like it just you can never break into that series.
That's the question.
Like I've always
And
wanted
I'm afraid I don't have an
to get
answer.
into the Sororitas, right? Like I
existence
like
of
the
the
Sisters
Vision
of
Hunt
Battle. I
decree
like their
is
war.
baffling.
Their lore.
The
I think they're fun.
Tenryou Commission's attitude just doesn't seem to add up, and neither does the Shogun's.
Oh, I haven't looked into it.
The
But for the
Tenryou
longest
Commission's
time, there was
support for the
only
decree
die-cast
seemed
metal
to come
versions
out
of
of
them,
nowhere,
which made
and
them
the Shogun seems completely
inapproachably
indifferent to
expensive
the fact
for
that it
someone
has
like me.
effectively caused
And
a
that's some of
civil
the stuff
war.
that's just
I
kept me from
suspect
getting
the Vision
into it.
Hunt decree won't end until these mysteries are solved. All I can say for certain is that as long as the Vision Hunt decree remains in force, we will never give up our fight. Traveler, to confirm, knowing the current situation facing Watatsumi Island and the Resistance, are you still willing to fight with us? Good. Then here is your assignment. I hereby appoint you as captain of the Watatsumi Island Special Operations Unit, Swordfish 2.
Whoa, what? Swordfish 2? Is this the same Swordfish Special Ops unit that I'm thinking of? It's hard enough getting into a Special Ops unit at the bottom rung, let alone jumping to Captain in one fell swoop. This is incredible.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm basically an alien god, so I jump up to Captain or General or whatever everywhere I go.
And strength, you can lead
They just want my power.
Great! So when do we take up our post?
The members of Swordfish 2 are currently on standby in a valley to the southwest. Ronin have been causing trouble down there lately, and we need a special operations unit to eliminate them and stabilize the rear guard. I have already written your appointment letter, which you'll need to show them on arrival. Once that's out of the way, please lead them in ridding the area of Ronin. The Special Ops unit comprises Watatsumi Island's
If I ever made a war game,
it can be a little rough
similar to
around the
like
edges, but I
40K
have
or whatever,
confidence that
I
you will
think
win their trust.
I would sell something
about
similar
me,
to
Your Excellency?
Pogs. Right?
Any battles
I
you
would
need me to get
probably
involved in?
have the
I wanna make a
economy
contribution to the Resistance
version
too.
where you could get like official little
I'll arrange
circle
something and
tokens
brief you
that
shortly.
represent specific things. They have like an official marker or symbol on it, so you can know exactly which one somebody's not cheating or whatever.
You may have swiped
And
the
I would have
captains
like an
of Swordfish
economy
2,
entry
but watch
version
this space,
to that
'cause
game.
this guy's
I
on his
know
way
that
up.
would reduce maybe the maximum of potential profit you can make off of it, but that's just not the type of person I am. I'd rather have people be able to enter, and then, you know, people who are really into something will spend for like the models and figures and everything. And you're like, yeah, well, if you have that, then people can just print their own out. That's the point. If they want to spend the money to print their own little economy versions out, they can. I'll support that. Because once you get people hooked on it, and they really like their system, and they know you're supporting, they'll want to spend money on you when they can. You wanna build up a loyal customer base. That's what people used to do. Now they don't care anymore. They'd rather just churn out customers. I'd rather be more like a mom and pop diner. I want to see the same faces showing up all the time, you know?
Ah, you must be the new captain of Swordfish 2. Her Excellency briefed us in advance.
I know somebody who does something similar to that too. Like,
precedes you,
it's not a
and the appointment letter is all
original idea, though. I think
But
right
I
now,
still have my doubts.
because it's basically just a
About what?
self-published kind of.
I'll be straight with you.
Freeware.
I want to know whether you have
It's
what it
only
takes to
you.
lead
You have to
us.
print your own stuff out or play digitally.
You mean, like, a duel?
Normally,
remember
a
he calls the
duel
game.
would be the quickest way to settle the question. But this
It's,
time,
it's part of
we've
the
got a
same world
better
as
way.
webcomic is. I think it's called BioWare.
We're stationed here
might
because
be.
of all the Ronin causing trouble in these parts. If you can get rid of them for us, we'll take that as a measure of your strength.
All right, let's show 'em what you're made of.
It's not the name of the webcomic. I think that's specifically the name of the game. But if I ever did something like that, that'd be on the extreme back burner because I already have two tabletop things for EDK and stuff that I need to be working on anyway. I don't need to add a third one in there.
Justice will prevail! Take me up!
Okay, seems like you can hold your own. The rumors are exaggerations, of course, but still, your abilities are admirable. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Kotoku, acting captain of Swordfish 2. This is Yoshihisa, a fellow veteran of the team. I now formally cede the position of captain to you. Swordfish 2 awaits your orders.
There are two hard-hit areas. This was one of them, but thanks to you, this area is now secure. Their only remaining stronghold is located at the shallows on the east side of the island. That said, the ones over there are tougher, and there's more of them.
right. Watatsumi Island is busy fighting the Shogun's army on the front line. We can't let these guys mess up things at the rear.
Oh. I don't think I need Mora. I mean, you can never have too much Mora, but I have a lot of Mora. That's not something I'm short on at all.
So many of them!
That's not even all of them. They have 2 more camps nearby. Whichever camp we attack, it's the Ronin in the other 2 camps that'll cause us issues. They might decide to provide backup or abandon them and escape on their own. But Captain, that would put you in great danger. If we spread our troops too thin, we won't have enough men to guard you. It's too risky.
Yeah, I don't need guarding.
A traveler eats amateurs like these for breakfast.
All right then. We'll deal with them all in one go and rendezvous with you on completion.
Clear out the nearby monsters. But I know, like, monster is just a default word for every enemy in the game. But these are people. I don't know if I'd qualify them as monsters. I guess people can be monsters, though. Monster really just kind of means enemy in general. But more of a, like a moral statement, like a monster just does not have the same moral purity as the thing it's attacking.
Hold on to your hats.
Fall before me. Cut down one strike will suffice.
Stop right there!
I hate these guys because they can heal. So you think they're about to kill them, and they just go over and do a sword stance, and now their life is just a third higher than it was before. It's not that bad, though. I'll tell you, the creatures in this game I hate the most so far. If I had to pick a least favorite enemy, it wouldn't be a single enemy, it would be a class of enemies. And it's these new ones in
Captain,
Nod
the other 2
Crime.
camps have been cleared. The
And
entire
up to that
rearguard of
point,
Watatsumi Island is now
everything
secure.
in the game, for the most part, there's a few exceptions, but the game still gives you ways of mitigating it. If you have a character that's not on the field currently, they don't take damage, right? There's some abyss things that will hurt everyone when they attack you, but you can still dodge the thing they're doing, so that's kind of a skill issue.
What? No way could you have taken them down without the new captain.
You
here.
can
I was
stop
putting
these
the
new
safety of
Nodkite
the
monsters
team
from
first.
charging
Got
the
it?
thing that they're going to do.
Oh, come on. You were just being a
But
coward.
you need a lunar reaction to do it, I believe. So if you don't have one, you're kind of just like shit out of luck. But they'll do like just a roar. They'll just roar. And now I think like a sixth of, no, maybe it's not that much. It's probably more like an eighth. But like an eighth of the health of everyone on your party is just gone because they roared. I was like, that's kind of bullshit, honestly. I normally don't complain about mechanics in this game. Most of them are pretty manageable. Even the Night Soul stuff, like the shields that you can pop with the Night Soul go down faster with Night Soul, but you can still get them down with elemental reactions. Some people have gotten it down faster with just pure elemental reactions with the Night Soul because they were doing frame canceling or animation cancels and stuff. But I think I think the one where the enemy just gets to roar and you lose health is kind of a bad mechanic, if you ask me. It's personal opinion.
How was it? Did your initiation go smoothly?
Sure, you could just heal it up. It's not a lot of health that's missing.
Sure you're playing
And they
it down
can't
a
do
little.
it back to back.
Kotoku
Like,
and the
they have to
others
go
put you
through
your paces,
a
I
full
presume?
rotation before the internal
But with your level of ability,
gambit of how
I'm sure it was
their
a walk in the park.
moveset works. We'll do
Since
it
you're
again.
back, I take it that the Ronin are now gone from Watatsumi Island?
So it's not like it's not a game-ending mechanic. You know, you wouldn't drop the game for it. It peeves me every time it happens.
Now we just need to make sure
like, this just
Okubo
shouldn't
keeps
be
a
a
close
thing.
watch to prevent their resurgence. Thank you. I believe in rewarding merit, so you will be compensated for your hard work. Let me see. Too soon for another promotion, I think. I could increase your pay. I gave him an assignment. He's taking part in a surprise attack against the Shogun's navy. He expressed a desire to be on the front line, so I honored his wishes. Now, speaking of assignments, I have a special mission I'd like to give you.
I'll tell you what it feels like.
A special mission?
It feels like you've gotten too strong,
In between Watatsumi
and it feels like
Island
you're just
and
like not taking
Tarasuna,
damage.
there are some
So
ruins
the
relating
devs,
to
or
a
maybe if you're
god
playing
who
tabletop
fell in
game, the
the
GM
Archon War.
just finds some
There
excuse
are several small
to do
islands
some
there,
damage to you because it
often
makes
used
them
as
feel
a
better.
transit point when transporting supplies.
That's what it feels like to me.
Recently, however, supplies stored there have
Oh,
started to go missing
listen.
for no obvious reason.
You left before I could explain
Stranger
this last
still,
time.
The Resistance
Zeka.
army passed by
I
and
don't think we'll be
reported
playing
that
Red
there
Dead
are no signs
Redemption
of danger.
2 together.
I'd like
And
to
the reason
task
for
you
that
with
is not
getting to
because
the
I
bottom
don't want
of
to
this.
play. I tried
It's not
reinstalling
urgent,
it
so there is
and
no
running
need to
it,
leave
but my
immediately.
computer
I
is
suggest you take a few
aging.
days
It's
to
a laptop.
familiarize
I
yourselves
need a
with the
new
army,
computer.
and
It's so
also with
old at this
Watatsumi
point
Island.
that while it used to run the game just fine when it came out, the
When
parts
Pepe
just don't work
returns,
as well.
you can
And
catch
I
up
was
with him,
stuttering so
and
bad,
pick a
I
day
was
when
not
the weather's
enjoying
good to
trying
set
to
sail for the
navigate that game.
islands.
Yeah. So if or when I eventually replace my computer and I have something that runs it, I'll get back to you about it. Because I am interested in playing it. I just cannot the way my system currently is.
Oh, why don't we go wait for him at the training grounds?
Like,
Long time
it's
no
getting to the
see.
point that I'm struggling
How's
to
Swordfish
play
treating you?
part
Getting along
2 of
okay with
Honkai
everyone?
Impact 3rd.
Well, you're in luck, because this seasoned veteran's got a few leadership tips for you. Raising their pay will boost morale, while giving them a few bounties will act as an incentive to go the extra mile. It's also important to maintain strict discipline at all times, and finally... wait. What was it? What was it?
Wow, where'd you learn all that, Tepe?
I read it in a novel from the Publishing House. It was a long time ago. You wouldn't believe how many dongo it took to convince my friend to let me borrow it.
You're seriously gonna use a novel to tell people how to run an army? Pretty sure that's called being an armchair general.
Ha ha! That's where you underestimate me. That's right, I'm learning military management on the job now. Just like you. You'd better believe it. Thanks to my outstanding achievements in the recent naval battle,
And so you
I've
just fast
officially been made
travel
the captain of
to
my
your
very own
moonshine
special
jack in the
operations
game.
unit.
It had a
Brand
grizzly
new
bear on
unit.
your forehead.
Pairing 1.
That's
What do you think?
unfortunate.
Pretty awesome, right? I spoke to Her Excellency, and she says our
I remember
uniforms are in
when
production.
my group first started playing.
Let's go collect them together once they're
But
ready.
it was just like 3 of
Can't
us.
wait to put them
and
on. We're really gonna
2
look
of
the
them were
part.
trying to become hunters. And they were just doing so poorly at
Everything's
it.
going great. Our mystery
And they just
sponsor
kept dying
supplies
to
have
grizzly
really helped
bears
turn
over
things
and
around.
over again. I'm like, what are you guys even doing?
Get a uniform too?
Of course. You're a recognized member of the Watatsumi
Like, I'd be off
Island
doing something else on the
Resistance.
map, and I would just see that one of them died to a grizzly bear
Captain,
yet again.
a new assignment has come in.
Thank you, soldier. I'll be there on the double. All right, I better go. See you again soon. You'd better watch out, partner. At the rate I'm going, I'll overtake you if you're not careful.
In your dreams, mister.
I wouldn't be so confident if I were you.
I'm at the top of my game right now. This is my time to shine.
I'm so surprised that Tepe's been made a platoon captain. He must have been working super hard. Let's take a break, then go check out these Archon War ruins.
Oh yeah, I know they're not that hard to kill. I had no problem killing them. I think, I don't know, knowing them, they were probably just getting so locked in on whatever they were hunting that they wouldn't even notice if something like a grizzly or a cougar or something was approaching them. So they're like trying to shoot like a deer or something, and then a grizzly just comes out of nowhere and kills them. I think that's probably what was happening. Okay, I want to get this teleport before we leave. Dynamite arrows. Oh, I didn't even know that was an option. That sounds fun. Like bomb arrows from The Legend of Zelda.
Take me up.
I'd love it if there was like a bow user in this game that had dynamite arrows. That would be cool. Because I guess the closest thing you have isn't, what's her face? Yoimiya. I think she's a bow user. She uses a bow, and she throws out fireworks. But I don't think her bow actually shoots the fireworks. They were missing out on that, I think.
Hair and feathers are gonna get soaked. Time for some preening when I get back.
Imagine how much cooler that character would be if you were just shooting out arrows that had the fireworks strapped to them. No, I've never owned her, so I don't know if maybe her charge shot does that. If that is a unique thing or not. I've only ever played her trial version in her story quest and never bothered to check. Oh. Not doing it fast enough? What if I do this? Ah! I can't do it fast enough running. I'm gonna have to bring out Fischl. I didn't want to have to bring out Fischl, but I have to bring out Fischl. Every time I think about using like bomb, like dynamite or whatever on arrows or in any fashion, I always think of the Fist of the North Star scene where he's like, there's a dude who he's fighting whose martial art is just throwing dynamite at people, and he's like, you call throwing dynamite a martial art? And his response is just like, if it works. He's like, you know, can't argue with that. Fire. Ow! Leave me alone! Stupid lightning! I have to keep moving so I don't get shot by lightning? How long does this last? Okay. Oh, this is bad. Oh, actually, never mind. Klee's destroying him. We're good. I thought Klee was too weak for me to be doing anything. I thought I only got her to 50. I didn't realize I got her to 60. Klee is destroying. We're good. I need to get her to 70, and I need Official to 70 so I can get the Hexorite buff. Then we'll be destroying stuff.
Also, the atmosphere here gives Paimon the creeps. Anyway, the good thing is that it's
Sniper rifle or dynamite. That sounds like a pretty easy counter to most things in life.
Pepe, what are you
You just take him out from a far enough distance that there's nothing they can do about it, or blow them up.
This is a surprise.
Or both. You know, we have drones
I didn't
now.
know you were the ones investigating here. I just got
And
back
missiles.
from delivering some supplies to the front line. Figured I'd stop by and clear any threats in this area on the way back.
Are you alright there, buddy? You're looking slightly the worse for wear.
I'm fine. It's nothing. I must have caught a cold a couple of days ago while I was out at sea. On my way past, I heard that someone had just arrived on the island to investigate, so I thought I'd come and take a look. If there'd been some real danger, I might have had the chance to be the hero. Shame it was just you guys. Guess I came here for nothing.
Pepe, don't you think there's something strange about this place?
Now that you mention it, there is something a little off about it. It could be that the Tatarigami is more palpable here, I guess. We're not that far away from Orobashi's remains.
Orobashi? Who's that?
A god. Look, there's the corpse over there.
Ah! It's a gigantic snake skeleton! Oh, it looks terrifying!
Okay,
Orobashi was the one who
I
brought
made some
our
hot tea,
ancestors
but I
from
don't want it
Enkanomiya to the
hot.
surface. That's
I
the
want it
origin of the
cold.
Watatsumi Island you know today. Our ancestors regarded it as a guardian deity.
And it'll take
But
way too
during
long
the
to cool
Archon
down.
War,
So
Orobashi
I'm going to put
invaded
the entire
Yachiori Island.
mug in the
Raiden
freezer.
Shogun came out in person and slew Orobashi
And I need to
with the
remember
Muso no
not to leave it
Hitotachi.
in there for longer
That
than like
same slash also
half an
formed
hour.
what later became known as Musojin Gorge.
The Raiden Shogun created Musojin Gorge in one slash? Wow, that's pretty incredible!
See, whenever I
Yes,
do play again, I'm going to love the
Archon
improved
War
bow,
was
plus
brutal.
painted black, plus dynamite arrows. Listen,
And
I was
Yachiori
already
Island
sold
was
on
completely
dynamite arrows.
destroyed during that battle. They say
But
the
yeah,
Shogun lost something
everything
very
sounds
dear
good.
to her along the way, too. Since Orobashi's death, there has always been some animosity between Watatsumi Island and the Shogunate, but our different beliefs have nothing to do with why the resistance was formed. We only rose up to fight against the Vision Hunt Decree. When Orobashi attacked civilization, the Shogun stood up and put a stop to it. But now that the Shogun is stripping people of their ambitions with the Vision Hunt Decree, it's time for someone to stand up and stop the Shogun. Alright, I'm heading back. I was just dealing with some of the Shogun's elite samurai, so I think I'm gonna take a quick breather, and it's on to my next assignment. You should report back to Sangonomiya as soon as possible. Don't stay here longer than you need to. Being around the Tatarigami too long won't do your health any good. Hey, don't worry about me. Peak condition.
Pepe sure made some big progress if he's already dealing with Shogunate samurai. Paimon can hardly believe it. Let's report back to Kokomi.
Well, Klee, since you seem to be strong enough to kill everything, we'll stay on. We'll go the long way. We don't need to fly with Jaska. It's perfectly fine. I'd much rather play you anyway. Life's easier when you have one of those functioning missiles with an aimbot. I'm sure it does make life easier. I don't know if that's entirely what I want, but I'm sure it does make it easier. But as an option, sure, you know, like, you always switch back to other things too.
Kokomi, we're back! Oh, look, Goro's here too! What happened? They look
The funny thing is, the thing you just said too, I know you were talking about Red Dead, could also apply to just flying around with Chaska.
I haven't had the chance to do a full count yet.
Kokomi,
Because you just have to like aim in the person's general direction and she auto-targets and fires at them
Recently,
when she's
some
on
of
her
our
gun.
soldiers started showing symptoms of accelerated aging. I called them in for questioning and found out they'd privately acquired some secret weapons from our sponsor. Most of them are highly ambitious types, vehemently opposed to the Vision Hunt decree. They've been using these new weapons secretly since getting a hold of them.
So that's why the war has been going unusually well. But risky secret weapons are not the answer. We must put a stop to it immediately. Goro, have you managed to acquire one of these weapons?
Well, most of the officers refuse to hand them over. Still, I did manage to get one.
Do you know something about this?
So that means our secret sponsor is the Fatui?
But why would the Fatui do this?
I don't even remember what my default loadout was back then.
Forget that. There's no time.
I think I had a
need to
repeater
inform the whole army
that
to
I used a
cease
lot.
using their delusions immediately.
But it, you know, it has
All
been
soldiers
years.
who have shown symptoms are to be taken for treatment. I just hope we'll be in time to save them.
wait a second. Speaking of soldiers with symptoms... No! Surely he can't have... let's go check on him.
Now, I don't know where this one is. Is it low? Because this one's like just always permanently on my map. There it is. I want to get it here. Now, while I'm thinking about it. Because on my older account, I always see that on the map, but I just never get it. And that's an easy one to get. I've never gotten it for some reason. Where's this one? This is underneath? It's not. It's not underneath. Oh wait, no, it could be here. That could be where it is. Yes. Mining champion Klee. Let's go. I don't think Klee, who is your dynamite tossing character, is going to be the best miner anymore. And by that I don't mean the fact that she's a miner, I mean like mining. Okay, don't twist that. There's a new character coming out who's like a geo bow user. You're like, well, how would a bow user be the best at gathering ore and breaking rocks and stuff? But like her entire thing, she's a pet that she pulls out is centered around mining, basically. She can just send the pet out and it destroys all the rocks and collects them at once. Throwing dynamite is not going to be the solution anymore. Oh, actually, I could reach that guy. Just gotta aim properly. There we go. Let's piss him off. I don't even plan on killing this guy. I just want to piss him off. A miner who specializes in a slingshot would be better. Well, they could do that, but the way their weapons are limited in this game, it would still be a bow user. It would just be a bow user that it would ignore the equipped weapon and they would pull out a slingshot, probably. Or it would be a catalyst user. Any character who's got like a weird weapon for the most part, like Klee here, who throws bombs, is technically a mage. You equip a catalyst to them, and then they do their weird thing instead. Like Risley's a fist fighter. He's got these big gauntlets that he punches with. He's a catalyst user. He just channels his elemental energy into his fist. So you could probably do that for somebody with a slingshot. There are a few characters that have an interesting weapon that aren't catalyst, but they just do that if the weapon style can already fit inside of it. So like Arlecchino uses a scythe, so you just equip a spear to her, and then like an astral scythe edge goes onto the spear, and then she flips it around in her spear fighting style. Look for Tepe. Where is Tepe? There he is.
Oh. Hey, guys.
Or like Navia is
What
a
are you
claymore
doing here?
user.
Just
Who
a
will
moment.
just fight like
I'm
she
down.
has a claymore. But her special one
It's
is an
weird.
axe. Like her, if you have her
I don't
weapon.
know where all my strength's gone. Hmm? Oh, right, yeah. I haven't had time to give you the full details. Well, I made a lot of great
You only know one
contributions to the
character in
war
anything who
effort lately.
specializes in a sling. Is
Fighting
the girl from A
Shogun's
Plague
army
Tale.
at sea, taking on shogunate samurai all by myself.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I know any that
rescuing my comrades
specialize in
from
like a sling
from an
or
ambush.
slingshot.
Things I never would have
Other than
dreamed I could
obviously,
do
you
when
know,
you first met me. If only I were
David.
stronger still. The
In
stronger
that
I
one,
am,
you know, really famous
the more
fight.
I can do for the
But,
resistance.
in like a game or a show
Wait a
or
sec.
something like that.
Where's my secret weapon gone?
I know a lot of people who use them, right? Like
Um,
Link uses a slingshot, but Link's not really
it wasn't
specialized
long
in anything. He's
after
kind
you
of
were
like a
made
jack of all
captain
trades.
Swordfish too. I met these mysterious people. Said they were with our supporters. They gave it to me and said that as long as I have the will to become stronger, his secret weapon will answer my call. It's just like a vision, isn't it? Of course, I've never used a vision, so I wouldn't know the difference. Delusion. Oh God. Doesn't sound very good.
That's not very good,
So,
Tepe.
What's the difference between a delusion and a vision? Gosh. Well, I suppose it's not too surprising that a mysterious weapon of unknown origins would come with its risks.
That's a lot of what
I've been
the
getting
Fatui use.
More and more tired.
Like the ones we end
over
up
the
fighting.
past
A lot of
few
them
days,
don't
and
actually have
I
visions.
have this
They have these manufactured
strange
delusions
sense of
that are
dread.
draining their life force,
At
but they don't
first
care.
I find I was a little more
They're
beat than
soldiers
usual
for
after a
Snezhnaya.
while.
They'll gladly give up their life for their
Didn't
job.
think anything of it. But today I got back and suddenly my vision was going blurry. This is a real shame. There I was, thinking I was catching up with you. Guess I didn't receive the favor of the gods after all. Hey, would you do something for me? When our uniforms are ready, grab mine for me. Bring it back here, and we can change together.
Guy just like aged.
What's that look for?
40 years overnight.
Don't worry, partner. As soon as I've rested up, I'll be right as rain. Right as rain, I tell you. As soon as I've rested up.
Pepe. Hey, where are you going? Hey!
Actually, it'd be really cool. I could see them doing this in this game if they ever got to a region where it would be fitting. But having like a shepherd-based character who uses maybe spear, like a rod, like you attach a polearm to him and he just uses like a rod, and then his elemental skill ends up being like a sling, That would be cool. They'll never do it because I can't think of an area where a character like that would be fitting left in the game, but that would have been cool.
I have put out the order to seize all delusions. The vast majority are showing some loss of vitality, but nothing serious. Sadly, a few have been less.
Give it like a penetrating shot too,
Your
so you're like
Excellency,
sitting there winding
I'm
up.
planning to establish a dedicated field hospital to monitor their condition. The soldiers are up in arms about the ban, though. They know full well what a delusion is, but they still intend to keep using them.
Okay, I'll leave you to deal with the situation. I have to get to the front line. This whole fiasco is certain to be a blow to morale. If the Shogun's army attacks now while we're scrambling to recover, it could well undo everything we have achieved so far. What are your thoughts? No, it's too dangerous. The Sakoku decree is still in force, so their delusions must be produced within Inazuma's borders. To organize an operation of this scale, they will have had to mobilize a huge amount of manpower and resources. They can't have done it without local support. If we want to stop them, we have to destroy the factory where the delusions are made. But it's sure to be heavily guarded. It's dangerous to go alone. At least take some troops with you.
Your
I
Excellency,
don't need
given
troops.
the urgency of the
You
situation,
just get your
we
troops
were hardly
killed.
discreet when confiscating the delusions.
Just send me by
But
myself,
the
it's
Tui are
better.
sure to take notice. If we spend any longer amassing our forces, they will get wind of our plans and make their escape.
Very true. Let me think. I gave this some thought while you were confiscating the delusions. The side of the factory must be big and secluded, but close enough to a transport route to ensure the supply of raw materials. Not many places meet these criteria, and if we take the locations where our soldiers receive their delusions into account as well, I suspect the site is likely to be the cliffs, near the ocean at the southwest of Yashiori Island. I'm not going to stop you, but please, be careful. We have lost too many courageous fighters already. I don't want to lose you too.
Huh? You mean to the delusion factory? Really? You aren't gonna think it over first? Fine.
How far away is that? Oh, okay. That's very far away. There'd be no reason to go there on foot. We mostly have to go there on foot anyway, because we don't have anything close. Maybe we go up then down, unlock that teleport on the way. I think that's a pretty good route. Because we could probably, like, once we're up here, just glide down the rest of the way. And that might be faster. Ow! Struck me with lightning the instant I teleported in. It wasn't particularly fair, game. I guess life's not fair. You know, I'm thinking about gliding the rest of the way. I've got no stamina because I have not bothered to collect my Oculi. It's way easier to get your stamina up now than it used to be. For the longest time, I think it was Natlin when they finally changed this, you could only get it from upgrading the Statue of the Seven in Mondstadt and Liyue, the 1.0 areas. Now, you can just get it from any Statue of the Seven until you hit the cap. It's like, yes, that is a much better way to do it. Especially because people are going to be all over the place, even if they're new, grinding their characters that are currently on banner on the other side of the map. And also, I think Natlin was the first one that they let you do a story skip, to where you could just go straight to that one and then backtrack and do the other stuff later, because the game's just that long now. That, if you story skipped to Natlin, you'd have no stamina whatsoever if they didn't give you some other way of getting there. It's kind of a QL update out of necessity. I remember I stopped collecting mints for years. Until I went back and I started doing some of the reputation stuff I missed, and then I realized there was somebody here in Inazuma that wanted me to deliver 10 mints to them or something like that. And I had absolutely no mint in my inventory. So now I'm just in the habit, I see a mint, I grab it. And like, this is the most useless thing in the game, outside of very specific recipes needed. A lot of ones that you don't even use anymore because they're beginning of the game recipes. But then some random NPC is going to ask you for 15 mint. You're like, ah! I need to lose some altitude quickly. Or I'm going to be in a situation I do not want to be in. Just try doing that the right way. I think that electrogram thing will end up bringing us up there. I could have gotten it with Chaska pretty easy if I wanted to switch, but I think this is pretty easy too. Let me actually go up. There we go. And there's the domain we need to enter. But we're going to skip by it to see what's in this rock. I already lost where that guy went. Oh, there he is. There's a side quest that you can do that addresses all of the like thunder trees or whatever they are. And if you do that, the lightning actually cuts off in this area. Like, it's not just storming all the time. But it's a really long side quest, and I don't even know if you can activate it until after you beat the story, so we're not going to do all that. If the lightning kills us, the lightning kills us. Let's see. Recommended elements. Okay. But what if I just ignore that? I've got 2 of them. Are there any mechanics in there where I need the other elements? That's the question. Well, I guess we could take you away. We don't really... I think you're our strongest person. Unfortunately, you're our strongest person. I don't need more healing. But I need you, because you buff our overload. Oh, is the teaser up? When I saw it for the lanterns thing, all I saw was the shot of the outfit, which didn't look very good in the shot they showed. At all. But I haven't watched the teaser to see if it was appropriate.
Justice will prevail! Final! Midnight Phantasmagoria!
Don't be a killjoy! We've only calculated.
La la la.
Oh, you're still alive. Hey, I see you. I see how you want.
Take cover. I must counterattack.
Ow.
Drop your weapons!
This one's well done.
By royal decree!
Woo! Yeah, blow them all up. Woo!
Yeah, I'm attacking this guy with an element that does not do any damage to him. I see why they recommended more than just pyro in here.
So, is this what delusions are made from? So much crystal marrow. Now, where have we seen that before? Wait a second.
You're gonna be useless here.
From Rito? So the Conjure Commission are...
Let me amuse myself a little.
Stop targeting the bugs.
Stop right there! Over here! The more, the merrier.
Stop squishing the wall.
Worked up.
Can we just kill these guys first?
This was well done.
Midnight Phantasmagoria!
Ow.
Final warning!
Leave me alone.
You asked for it! Let me amuse myself.
See, I really should have listened to the elemental recommendations here. That would have been a smart idea.
You need a version.
Where did he go?
The more, stop right there!
Boing, boing, boom! Down, dumpty, go!
There we go.
Shine longer. Drop your weapon!
Doesn't help that my Shevers does like no healing whatsoever. Do I have actually any means of upgrading her healing right now? Because I don't think I've ever done that at all. No, absolutely not. No talent material. So we're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. Also doesn't help that I probably have no upgraded artifacts at all. Yeah, that's not gonna help. Yeah, we just, I don't know, we steal this. I'm gonna have to go equip something else now, but... Hey, let's see something. Yeah, let's just take this entire Berserker set, I don't care. All of this already upgraded stuff from the other person. Yeah, sure. Why not? I'll just do it manually. I really just don't want to upgrade artifacts until I start farming for golds. It sounds like a waste, but here we are, needing something. Oh wait, you just end up getting clean, that's fine.
Yikes! It looks dangerous! We'd better watch our step or we might get hit!
Okay, I was a little too zoned in there. It's minimal extravagant effects. No energy construct in any of the clips. Yeah, that sounds boring. Which direction am I supposed to be facing? This way? Oh, it brings me higher than it, so I can climb over. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, you know, I don't care if they're going for a Western, though. Like, a Western could be a cool idea, but, like, you know, what's the point of doing a Western with a Green Lantern if we're just not going to be doing Green Lantern? I think that's the problem. You could have done it with anything. Why Green Lantern? Why not, like, really just play into what makes Green Lantern Green Lantern? Did I forget to pick that up the last time, or maybe I did, because this should open this door, right? Yeah.
Intruder spotted! Do not let them impede the work of the Harbingers. Never get out of here alive! Time to fulfill my duty.
Oz, reveal thyself!
I'll be honest, I don't think most people even remember the Ryan Reynolds movie anymore. Like, you could definitely talk to people who do. I remember it. But I don't believe the memory is in the zeitgeist enough to actually be distasteful to a lot of people.
Now this idiot must have a death wish. Don't be
Oh,
silly.
this is bad.
More Harbinger will be here soon. Have a load of this.
I don't want to fight these guys, but I have to. Well, it's not that I don't want to fight them. I don't want to fight them both at the same time, so... Now that I've got the annoying one out of the way, that's fine. This one's not that bad when she's the only one you have to fight. So now I need to get up there. I could just destroy her fast once the other guy's gone.
Winter.
Klee doesn't care about her at all.
You actually managed to find this place. Congratulations.
So, you're another Fatui Harbinger? Like Senora and Child?
It's probably why the
Senora and
Green Lantern
Child.
costumes look so boring as well.
I didn't know.
I think, one, probably somebody had an idea that they wanted to do.
I'm the
Whether the
balladeer.
idea was good or not,
Number
let's just throw that
6
out.
Of the Fatui
Oh, hey,
Harbingers.
Scaramouche. But two,
Delighted
it's probably
to
to
meet
keep the
you,
budget down as low as
almighty
possible.
traveler.
That's probably the real reason.
So many visitors
Because a Green
today.
Lantern show could get
To what do
expensive
I
really
owe
fast.
the honor?
And if you're not really to throw the money at that, the answer is probably just don't do it.
Oh, so that's what this is about. I think you've got the wrong idea. I know how this looks, but I'm just here to follow orders. I'm obviously not the mastermind behind this. Aren't you supposed to be pretty tough? What are you waiting for? Go get them. You're getting all worked up over nothing.
It's just going to turn into
Didn't
Cowboys
have you
versus
down as
Aliens.
being
That's all
so
it's going to do.
weak.
How can you say this is nothing?
How can you
Which is
call
another
anything
movie a lot of
more?
people don't have a fond
It's the
memory
way
of.
of the world. Human life is worthless.
Not that many
They
people
were
remember
always
it.
going to die, with or without a delusion.
Hey, Rick.
At least having one gives them a chance to fulfill their ambitions. Do you have any idea how useful the Vision Hunt decree is to us? It took a lot of work to make it happen. Obviously, it was in our best interests. Good news
It's kind of
is,
crazy seeing
our hard work
Scaramouche here,
is finally
because
paying
he's just
off.
like
Generating
radically,
conflict creates
totally
a big
different later
market
in the
for
game.
delusions. Now we just let the promise of
It's like
power
functionally
draw
a
in the
different
weak.
character.
For just a small price.
It
they
makes
get
sense to the
feeling
story
of
though. It's not like they
controlling the world,
flipped a switch and he was a
trading their
different
life
character.
for supreme power.
Like he grew
Pretty
into
good
a different
deal.
one, but
Don't
it's been
you
so
think?
many years that he's like functionally a different character.
Fatui started the Vision
Like somebody you knew back in
You've been
like school or something, and then you met them a decade
From the
later.
outside,
and like, wow,
Inazuma
nothing
looks pretty
like the person I
impenetrable.
remember.
But on the inside, it's a land of opportunity. With a little effort, we were able to break them down from within. Eternity stretches things out over a long time, but each moment within it becomes all the more fragile. Take your friend in the Resistance, for example. There's nothing you can do now. He's a lost cause. Just like a bubble
It's
on
room
the
temperature.
water.
That's better. That's
Beautiful
all I
for
cared.
a moment.
If I want to drop
then
it, I can drop
total
an ice cube in there.
destruction. The more it takes from them, the more tightly they hold on to it.
I should
And
add
the
my
more
sugar
incompetent they are, the more determined they are to fight it. It's such a farce. You have to see the funny side.
Hey, calm down!
That man we are looking at is a doll. Sort of. Like maybe a homunculus might be a good way of putting it, but he's a constructed person.
That's it. Just like that. Embrace the anger. Embrace it! The wrath of the gods fills this factory, and it feeds on your anger.
What's happening? Get up!
And there's Yai.
Repeat after me. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you for saving our life, pink-haired fox girl.
Okay.
We are forever in your
positive.
debt.
Your brain seems relatively unscathed. This is good news. It's just as well, really, with the amount of effort it took me to get you back here. Honestly, it was like you were glued to the ground back there.
Nico? Paimon's been wanting to
Now the
ask
ice.
you about something. How come you're acting so differently from when we first met you?
Am I? Maybe it's because I had the other Shrine Maidens leave. Anyway, I've always been like this. People show you whatever side of themselves they want you to see. I know this for a fact. Every side of me is the real me. People just like to define things in all sorts of arbitrary ways. This is a human society. At the moment, anyway. And I'm just doing as I please.
How do we know if she's a fox girl if her hair is pink instead of orange? Well, I don't even know if
Study
there's a
humans
single
a while
fox
longer,
person
my
in here
little
who has
friend.
orange hair.
You'll see what I mean.
Right!
The dog-eared people in this game are just fox people.
Notice what you did to get
That's what they are.
off our backs.
What if I told you
Those
it was
swept
a
back
secret
ears,
art from the Grand
the
Narukami
bigger
Shrine,
curls are her
and
ears.
that I had the
Her vision's an
balladeer
earring
down
hanging
on
from it.
his knees,
She tells you,
begging for
she's
mercy
technically
in
a
an
yokai.
instant.
She's
Would you
even different
believe
from
me?
the other fox-eared people. She is a kitsune.
Well, maybe you should be worrying less about that, and more about how exactly you're going to thank me, no? Maybe some of your neural circuitry is less intact than I thought. I didn't mean you had to be so formal about it.
Honestly, though,
I need your
Yai,
actions, not your words.
her ears never look right. In every single game,
Delusions. They're still on your
her
mind,
ears are
aren't they?
always kind of weird compared to what people call her, right?
You
Like they're
needn't
put in
worry.
Star Rail again too.
The
There's
leader
a
of
Yai who shows
Watatsumi
up,
Island took some
and
troops to clear the place out.
her ears are long
She's
and wispy
also
and look
issued a
more like bunny
strict
ears.
ban on the use of delusions
And they
across
still say,
the
"Oh,
whole
hey, fox
army.
girl."
With their stronghold exposed, I doubt the balladeer
It's
is
just something
stubborn
about
enough
Yai.
to try and
But she's not the only
retaliate
one with
now on
like
his colleagues' behalf.
weird swept back ears like
It
that.
would be more trouble than it's worth.
Sucrose, who I'll pull
must
up.
say,
You would not
I
know
would relish the opportunity
at first
to watch
glance
the Fatui
is
getting
like
a
that.
taste
Yeah, her
of
ears
their
look
own
like hair.
medicine.
Sucrose is the same way.
Well, anyway, that's Sangonomiya Kokomi.
And
She really
Huahua
outdid herself
in
this time.
Star Rail is
I'd
also
love to
like
have
that.
another chat with her again in person, but alas, belief systems can be such a hindrance.
I don't necessarily have a
sometimes.
problem with that though. They just want to be creative with the designs. Why not?
Should you really be saying that as the Gucci of the Grand Shrine?
Anyway, I'm only
Why
telling
not
you this to stop you
make the
worrying
ears
so
part of
that
the
you can
hairdo?
Focus.
You know?
You've met her, right? I'm not talking about the puppet. I mean her. You've met her, yes? Yes, the true Raiden Shogun, who meditates endlessly in the plane of Euthymia to preserve her being. Her name is A.
Are you saying that the woman
Some of the
that
characters,
in
though,
the
you can
ceremony
clearly
was just a puppet,
see their ears.
and the real Raiden Shogun is the one that the Traveler met later? And
Like the
does
Goro,
that mean
who we saw
that
earlier.
when the battlefield changed, so did the
Goro
opponents?
clearly has doggish fox ears on the top of his head.
Because this is the Raiden Shogun's eternity. Before pursuing the eternity of her nation, she had to reach eternity for herself. Since the physical body will eventually turn to dust, she replaced hers with that of a puppet. And since the spirit is susceptible to erosion, she placed her consciousness inside her sword, where she remains in a meditative state, free from all disturbances.
So, that place that she carved open with her sword...
The plane of Euthymia. Essentially, the world inside her mind. A place that typically only allows her existence. She shuts herself off in her inner world, leaving all the affairs of the outside world to be dealt with by a puppet, who has a singular focus on the pursuit of eternity. This is the approach A has come up with for realizing eternity. You mean Morax? It's been a while since I last saw him.
There's a lot of interesting things about Yai
Surprising
too.
decision by Liu's Archon.
Like apparently she was
God he is.
bullied
It seems like the Raiden Shogun
by
solves the problem Zhang Li was facing, though.
Alice, Klee's mother, when she was younger.
Perhaps. Or
And by
you could
bullied,
take
it's
the
more
view
like
that
tricks
she's
were played
acting
on
like
her.
a little child, throwing a temper tantrum.
Which is
and
funny when
locking
you see
herself
like
in her room.
a mage
Don't
or
you
whatever
think?
is pulling
The
tricks
grand
on a
notion of
yokai who's
eternity
known
she
for pulling
once
tricks.
held has long since given way to the eternity of her own definition. And ultimately, her eternity is defined by fear.
No,
The fear
you
of
don't.
loss.
You don't at all. You just to understand. It's more of just paying attention to the dialogue.
The truth is, we are on the same side. You want to save the people of Inazuma from the Vision Hunt decree. So do I. The only difference is that I'd rather like to save this nation and save A while we're at it.
A lot of it's scattered around, but the
key is that
game
the plane of
tells you
Euthymia
everything that you
represents
need
A's
to know.
Inner world. Defeat her there, and you may well have the chance to shake the Raiden Shogun's will.
So this is your plan? To abolish the Vision Hunt decree? Not by talking her out of it, or through an armed resistance, but by, hopping inside the Raiden
There is a lot of reading, though.
inner world?
You're a fast learner.
It-
In
it
short, this
already
is the
feels
last
kind of
chance
heavy
to
just
get
listening
Inazuma
to the
back
people
on
talk.
track. Otherwise,
But most
an
of
eternity of
the
darkness
information in the
awaits.
game is given to you through text that has no voiceover whatsoever.
Don't you realize
Like if I were
how
to pull up
special you
my
are? Remember,
my
the plane
quest
of
item
Euthymia
area
is a
or any
space
of my
where only
archives
she
or
is
whatever,
allowed to exist.
there's
The
just
fact that
logs
you
and
could
logs and
appear there
logs of
tells us
stuff.
one crucial thing. That you
Which in some
have
way is
piqued her
not
interest.
dissimilar to
Perhaps
how
it's
the
because
Elder Scrolls had
she has never
traditionally
seen an
handled a lot of
individual
its
who is
lore.
so
You know, most of it's in
unpredictable
journals
in
and
the
stuff you
face
pick
of
up and read, and not
eternity.
necessarily the things
Has
that
no one else ever
individual
been in
characters tell you.
None. No one has seen the devotee of eternity since she shut herself away. In fact, No one even knows
You know,
what
it's
it
like
looks
that's the only
like
way
in
you're gonna
there.
find out about
Your existence
the
is more than just an opportunity.
specificities of
It's the
like
very
the
key to
Daedra
all
in
of
the days
this.
of the past and everything.
To that I say, well done, child. You did not disappoint me after all.
Wait, you're leaving? Where are you going?
Anti-Raiden Shogun training. I've prepared a special program just for you. Come along.
Oh, I remember this part.
Another bad one? No, let me try
No,
again.
what was the other one I was talking about? The only other one who I think is equally as difficult to tell if you weren't told. You can, I mean, you can kind of see it at first glance. You can see like the white undercuff, and hers have different tip colors, so it doesn't exactly look like her hair. You look behind, you can see it more. I think those are probably the only two foxes I own, as far as I know. Because like Garo is a 5-star, but we just saw him. I don't know if there's any others that are playable though, off the top of my head. And also, to be fair, most of them aren't races, right? There are different races, but like most of them aren't that way. They're technically, most of them are human, where there are like these weird recessive traits that sometimes show up due to the history of the planet. For example, Lynette here is a cat girl. She has a twin brother who is not a cat boy, because like just recessively the traits popped up in her. And some of the other things that are other races, there aren't consistent things about them. Like there's the Adeptus in Liwa, which we covered before, and some of them could be someone like Yanfei here, who has these kind of like horns coming down from her, but that's because the Adeptus technically all have like animals associated with them. There's another yokai. You can see what kind she is because of the little helper that popped up there. She's your general dream eater. What's this? Constellation. We unlocked one. Cool. Didn't even notice. Not that we're using it. But where are... I think I need to go here to show that off. Archive. Like this is where a lot of the lore of the game actually comes into. Like you go to travelogue, here's all the dialogues from the story. If you have people want to go back and like re-see the main story dialogue, even replay it, like you can click on it and you can hear their voices.
Hey, cutie.
You know, books. These are all the books that you've collected in the world, and you could just get the information about the world that way. Sometimes they're fictional books that exist in the world, but that doesn't mean that they don't have actual information in it, because the implication is a lot of people use the information from the past to write their fictions, kind of like what happens in the real world. Sometimes you have volumes that are actually about things in the world specifically. There's a lot that you have to piece together, but it's fun. Just a lot of people don't feel like reading. So there's a lot of people play this game that don't even know the first thing about particulars in the game because they just won't read the things they pick up. I sometimes rush through. I like to go back and read them later. Especially once I find out that I have all of the volumes unlocked. I like to go and just read the whole thing slowly in one sitting. It's a lot easier to consume it that way instead of trying to remember. It's like, oh, I picked up volume 4 earlier and I picked up volume 3 now, and I have to remember what 4 was, and that was maybe like a week ago that I picked it up. It's just easier to consume to come back and read it. But that means you have to have the desire to come back and read it. Man, we have hardly any books. You can find out information about individual monsters and stuff too. You click observe, it'll give you just a little bit. Small creature created by coalescing of animo dispersed throughout nature. I like that their idea for slimes in this game are they're kind of just something that naturally emerges from the elements being stuck together. Like they're not a created thing. They're just a natural occurrence, like a weather phenomenon almost. It explains why you see them everywhere. Geography. You find out things about different places. It's cool. These games, they're the type of game that if you do get invested in the lore, they give you plenty to get invested into. Which is why there's a lot of just like lore nerds for Genshin, for Honkai, for all of that in general. Especially because they're long-running live service games. The lore just keeps compounding over time. Like, bringing up Elder Scrolls as an example, the amount of lore that gets added into Elder Scrolls over the course of 3 games, which could be, God, at this rate, 20 years. Depends which game you start and which game you're ending in that. But the amount of lore you get in 3 games, you might get in 3 years of a game like this. Because it's just constantly churning. Okay, I want to go to the training camp, but I want some free healing first. Actually, I grabbed some Electroculuses earlier. Not enough for an upgrade. But I need more stamina. Maybe I need to actually go around and collect this stuff. Like spend the time doing it and not passively sometimes getting it. Okay, and then we're gonna teleport right back to where we were, because I think it's still technically faster to glide down than it would be to walk by the closer teleport. It often is. I think Klee needs a special update. A special upgrade that only Klee gets. Where, as she's gliding, she can just drop bombs beneath her. But that's just me being biased towards Klee. But it would be really cool to just, like, bomb people from above. Doesn't even have to be strong. It could just be like her basic attack. Oh my god, no, that's a bad idea. Why did I do that? Oh no, oh no. Okay, we're reflying. I hit a button I didn't want to hit. I would take way too much damage if I did not land on an enemy from how high I just dived. Okay, we'll go again. I meant to hit the lose shoot button, which is jump and X. I hit circle instead. My bad. At least we didn't die. I caught us in time. Let's maybe lose some altitude first.
Lucky all my new bombs are waterproof.
Even resetting, I think I still got there faster than if I walked from the other teleport.
We're gonna do it here? And what's this mechanism for?
Think of it as a catalyst that can reproduce the Raiden Shogun's
Oh yeah, you read a
combat
lot of the
moves.
Elder Scrolls books. You're
I made it
disappointed
from
when
my
Fallout
own
didn't do
memory,
the same.
Which means it
Yeah.
should be perfectly accurate. Unless, of course, her skills
Like
have
Fallout, there's a lot
declined.
of excuse for
It'll give
handwritten
you a
journals
chance
and
to
data
figure out her
logs to be in
moves
places, and they're
advance
just
come
not
up with a counter strategy.
where you'd want them
That
to
should
be
be a
or
big
at
help,
all
don't you think?
sometimes.
The aim is to try to not get hit by the attacks. Since you've escaped certain death at her hand once already.
Like, you'd think there should
I
at least
presume
be
there
some
shouldn't be more than you can handle.
really in-depth, detailed data logs about some of the other vaults you go in and the history there. And you do find out some things that happen in there, but not to the extent that you wanted to. Complete the anti-Raiden Shogun training on any difficulty. Oh, cool. We can just do it on easy? Yeah, let's just do it on easy. Why would we work? Yeah, I know there are computer generals, but it's not even the amount that you want. Oh. Frick. It's just going to pop up. I need to not be hit. Okay, first off, let's change. Let's get away from this thing. We have to not get hit for like 50 seconds straight. Ah. Oh, we got hit that time. Oh my god, stop! I'm gonna fail this one again. Oh, I thought it was gonna shoot at me. Oh, I got hit again. No! And I'm dying. This is the easy mode, too. Man, I suck at this. Though, if I remember, too, even doing this, the anti-Raiden Shogun training is actually harder than fighting Raiden Shogun. If I remember from the last time that I actually did this. Which I guess is fair. If you were going to train somebody to do something, you'd want them to be better at it than the thing that they ultimately need to do. Okay, that's the surrounding it. Okay. Where's Yai? There she is.
Stop right.
Teal. My little Klee is damaged.
What a workout!
With how badly Bethesda's handling Elder Scrolls by not releasing games, you'd think Microsoft would have stepped in. Listen, I don't think Microsoft cares that much.
You mean me? Perhaps
There were a
it's
lot of people who
because
thought the games were going to get
I'm
better
here
under
Electro
Microsoft.
Archon's familiar.
What?
There were a lot of people who thought they were getting worse. Personally, I didn't think they could be getting much worse, so that was already knocked out of my thing. Personally,
It sounds
my
like you'd
whole
be
idea
more
was they
persuaded if
couldn't
you
get
saw
much
me in
worse.
my fox
But I
form.
thought we were just going to stay on the exact same track we were on.
In your dreams. More curious than my appearance is the fact that she and I don't see each other anymore, wouldn't you say?
And it's not like
Animation to
Microsoft
last
doesn't
for all
also have
eternity is a
long
dream that
dev
she and I
processes for
both
bloated
share.
games. So it's
But
not
I
like
don't
they were
think
going
that's
to
the same
reduce the
thing as
release time on it
complete
either.
stasis. At some point, she started going down a path that became increasingly difficult for me to join her on. You know, A never said goodbye to me before she stepped into the plane of euthymia. Perhaps it's just my wishful thinking, but I think she did this deliberately, as her way of keeping our friendship eternal. By neither saying goodbye nor seeing
One of the
me
big problems
again,
is also just
our
the
relationship will remain forever
expectations
how it was.
they're setting for the
In
games,
her mind, at least.
especially graphically. Like, the reason games are taking longer and longer to make
Since we've
is
embarked
because
on
they're
two
just
very different
trying
paths
to meet
eternity,
impossible to reach
I can
expectations
either
that people don't
continue
actually
to
care
maintain the
about.
status quo or do whatever it takes to bring her back on track, regardless of the cost. I have chosen the latter because...
Like, if you decided to make a game like the original Fallout, you could have it out next year. If you tried to make a game like Elder Scrolls Arena, you could probably also have that out next year.
Is to drag her back out of her own head and into the real world.
Aw, Miko, you sound like a really great friend.
I'm only telling you this so you can properly
But they would never
understand my
release a game like
plan.
that anymore. That is
Could
just
you
below their
possibly spare
standards.
the sentimentality for the time being? Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. Time for Anti-Raiden Shogun Training Phase 2.
But you have indie games that'll make something like that, and it takes them a lot longer to make it because, you know, hardly anybody's working on it. They don't really have the money. But
Drop your weapons.
even then, they still get it out faster than they get the AAA companies get these big games out. I'll have to defeat the opponents while also not getting hit. Well, I guess that makes sense. Ow. Okay, well, at least that's the opponent hitting me, and not the what's it called? The thing that I'll fail the challenge for getting hit. Oh wait, no, there's no hit count on this one. Okay, that's fine. I just need to defeat them. That's even better. Ow! Why am I getting flung around? There's no time either.
Justice will prevail.
I don't know why I shot
Final warning.
fire at the guy who's on fire.
Wings of darkness, come, sever night from...
Drop your weapons.
Okay, we completed the challenge. I've never liked dodging in this game. I think that's the one part of combat I've just
You
never
did
liked in
quite
this game.
admirably.
Dodging
I
doesn't
could
feel
see your
good.
determination
You are
and your
invulnerable
hard
for
work.
like
So, do you think
a
I'm ready
fraction
to
of a
beat the
second,
Raiden
like
Shogun
the first 4 frames
How
or
do I
something
put
like that
this?
of the dodge.
You're no match for her at all.
Maybe it might be more than 4, but
So
like
all
for
of this was a complete
like
waste
a
of time?
yeah, that would have to be way more than 4. Like a quarter second after the dodge.
You are the most important part of the plan. I know what I'm doing.
But it just doesn't
You
feel
don't
good,
think I'd leave you with no chance to win at all, do you?
especially because it eats your
Speaking
stamina.
of, Traveler, what do you think of the Resistance Army's chances? You're absolutely right. Perhaps they occasionally best the Shogun's army in open battle, but when they face the Raiden Shogun herself, considering even their visions have been taken from them and embedded in the statue, they're ultimately quite helpless.
You don't have to be so blunt. The Traveler's the captain of Swordfish.
Especially because it's not even a real dodge, it's just dashing, right? Like the dodge mechanic is the dash mechanic.
I don't mean to belittle
They just
them.
give you vulnerability at
On
the
the
start of the
contrary.
dash.
It is precisely because of their helplessness, because their visions have been taken from them, that their will is all the more precious. In short, if everything goes according to plan, they may yet prove to be helpful. Oh, goodness, is that the time? I have another guest to receive today. We can talk more back at the Grand Narukami Shrine.
All of this said and you're entertaining guests? Hyman's really struggling to understand how you work.
Okay, we can talk here. You asked me about the plan. In fact, I've been mulling it over for quite a long time. Before one makes a plan, what is the most important thing one must do?
Don't know. What is it?
You must understand the situation you are facing. The Vision Hunt Decree was obviously devised as a means of manipulating the Shogun. The ones behind it knowing full well her susceptibility as a puppet, with a single-minded focus on eternity. Yes, this is the strongest piece of evidence we have to go on. Now, we also know that every aspect of the Vision Hunt Decree's promulgation and execution has been enthusiastically spearheaded by the Tenryou Commission from the outset.
Ayaka was saying that every time they
I think it's
petition against
speaking
the
about the
Vision Hunt
release
Decree,
thing again.
the Tenryou and Kanjo
I think that's one of the
commissions
reasons
would veto it
why
straight away with no negotiation.
these gacha games or stuff, that even just live service games that I play in general, are kicking a lot of the AAA industry's
It's
butt.
all too clear that both the Tenryou and
Is
Kanjo
like
commissions
you
are
could
in
personally
some
not be
form of
interested in that,
collusion
and that's
with the
perfectly
Fatui.
fine, right? That's why we have a variety of games.
Foolish
But
humans,
when you look at the
blinded by
development
their
process of what
greed.
goes into it, and they do keep
Thus, the current situation
expectations
is that
kind
our
of low.
Fatui
Right?
antagonist
I
is
like the
still
way
at
this game
large,
looks stylistically,
has the two
but a lot of these
commissions
the companies that
wrapped
we were
around their
talking about
finger
would not be
and
fine
is
with a game like this
distributing
releasing.
delusions from the shadows.
But they give you basically an entire
Given
game's
that said
campaign
antagonist
every
is
single
under
year.
the protection
You
of
get it
two
piecemeal, you get it
commissions
bit
and
by
the
bit,
Raiden Shogun,
right?
we would be rather
But you get like a
hard-pressed to
whole
track them
game
down.
campaign every single year.
It will be easier for us to start
While
with someone from
some of these other
Inazuma.
ones, for their higher
my plan
fidelity
is
games,
to incite
it
rebellion
might be
in the
6 years
Tenryou
until you get
Commission.
something out.
Rebellion? What are you talking about? After everything you just said, it sounds
Like,
like
in the
the
same
Tenryou
time,
Commission has rebelled already.
since Genshin came out,
When I say
that people have still
rebellion,
been waiting
I don't mean betraying the shogunate.
for Elder Scrolls 6.
I mean inciting a certain
basically
someone
played
to
through-
betray the Tenryou Commission. If we manage to
What?
convince her,
Almost 6
I'm
whole game
quite
campaigns.
Sure we'll be able to get you another audience with the Raiden Shogun. I'll give you a clue. She's currently
No,
in
there's
charge
other
of the
downsides
Shogun's
too.
army.
It's like
She visits the
I would
shrine
love
at
if
this
these
time
games
every
had more
month,
replayability
and she is
or
our
whatever,
guest
but
today. She also
They
appears to be
churn the
standing
content
right
out.
behind you.
Don't move a muscle. You've got some nerve showing up here in the shrine when there's an active warrant for your arrest. Don't even think about trying anything. Surrender now.
And you could argue it,
You're
like
coming with me to
I would even
headquarters.
say that like an older
Seize
Elder
him.
Scrolls game has way more
Affirmative.
depth to the content that they give you. But that's the older ones. Skyrim didn't have any depth to the content they gave you.
It seems that you're forgetting. This is the Grand Narukami Shrine. Use of force here is strictly forbidden. Before you proceed, which of you would like to face criminal charges for dishonoring the Shogun,
Ugh. Guji-ai, please tell me you are not sheltering a wanted criminal here.
We are just friends. I don't see what sheltering has to do with it. Tell your
I wouldn't even
subordinates
call it
to
open
leave.
world Diablo.
We have
An
things
open
to
world
discuss.
Diablo would have more depth than Skyrim.
All of you outside.
As you wish.
Like there's literally nothing to the dungeons in Skyrim. They're hallways.
Guji-ai.
And then the open
I'm a
world
little
doesn't even
curious.
actually give you any
Does
of
it
that
not also
experience.
dishonor the Shogun
when
to
you're not
hide
inside
a
any
wanted
of the
criminal
dungeons.
at her grand shrine?
Because most of the dungeons, there's some okay ones in there. I'm not
We
going
are
to
the
say
same
all of
as
them are bad,
ever,
but the vast
Kujo-san.
majority of things you go
No
into
one can
are
match
like
you when
crypts.
it comes to loyalty to the Shogun.
As a servant, loyalty to the Shogun is my duty.
And all the
As a
crypts are
warrior,
basically like
I
a
dedicate my
hallway
life
that
to
circles
following
around,
the way
and then
of
when
the
you get to the
Shogun.
end, there is a secret passage
Even
that
though
brings
she
you back
will
to the
one
beginning.
day sees your vision too.
The
It's like
Vision Hunt
80%
Decree
of
is
the things
Shogun's
you enter in
chosen
that game.
course, and I shall not question it.
Oh, it's tragic. Such wholehearted devotion rendered meaningless by circumstance. Have you been kept in the dark? Or are you the only
Which
one
is a lot of
left
the
in
domains in
light?
this game, but
Lady Guji, I need you to be direct. Tell me exactly what you mean.
with the amount of like production effort that goes
The
between the
Vision
two
Hunt
games,
Decree is a trap. Part of a
I
Fatui
think
plot to
Genshin
bring
comes out winning
Inazuma
on
to
that
its
end.
knees. And your masters, the Kujo clan of the Tenryou Commission, they're the ones keeping the truth from reaching the Shogun.
And the unfortunate thing about Skyrim is that it became
betrayed the shogunate?
far too story focused,
Yes, that's
right?
exactly
and I
what
don't
I'm
think the
saying.
story's necessarily bad in it, but it's not
Guji
really that
your allegation
entertaining or
is not
interesting
only
either.
dangerous, but ridiculous. The Tri-Commission has served the Shogun since ancient times, and remains absolutely loyal to this day. Ever since I was adopted by the Kujo clan, I have seen and heard nothing but pure devotion toward the Shogun. At every level of the Tenryou Commission, especially from the head of the clan, Kujo Takayuki. He reveres the Muso no Hitotachi more than anyone. My own respect for the
I almost
Shogun
feel,
pales in comparison to his.
even though you
How could he ever
can't
even
do
dream of
anything about
acting
your own
against the
character or
Shogun?
anything. But
3 days.
Skyrim, the choices
Come
for
back
your
here in
character
3
really don't
days,
matter,
and I will show
right?
you the
Yeah,
evidence.
you have a preset class as the Dovahkiin,
As a
and you
Guji,
just
there's one
unlock
thing
things
I
on
know
the skill
very
trees as you
well.
want. I feel
People
like
believe
Breath of the
whatever they
Wild
want to
did a
believe.
better job of what Skyrim
Some
was trying to
things
do
you
than
do not
Skyrim
see,
did.
simply because you do not wish to look. And so, it falls to me to place the truth before your eyes, in all its ugliness.
Now, I mean, there's also years of
I'll be
development
here.
between them.
But if I don't
But
see
I
any
don't
evidence,
think
I will
Nintendo
demand a
was
formal
trying
apology for slandering
to
the
do
Kujo
that.
clan.
They just had an idea of a
Also-
game they wanted to make, and they accidentally did that.
He will have to come with me.
Wonderful. Then I'll see you in 3 days. I look forward to it very much.
That was so scary! Paimon wasn't expecting to run into Kujosara here. But, Miko, you mentioned evidence of the Tenryou Commission's betrayal. Is that all in hand and good to go? Or...
Why are you always asking so many questions? Of course not. I just had to say something because I clearly wasn't convincing her.
Not entirely unexpected.
Me, I personally like
As
large,
plans go, changing the
sprawling,
deity's mind
confusing
is a huge gamble
dungeons.
to begin with. We can't expect to be in
You know,
control
like,
of
I
every
want
last detail when we're facing off against a
multiple
god,
branching
can we?
paths with dead ends that I have to double back for because I hit a dead end. Where I have to, like, map the dungeon
want to
myself
get our
as I'm running
evidence,
through it.
we're going to
That's
need
what
some
I
help.
enjoy.
Now, come with me. We must awaken the professional.
I kind of get disappointed anytime I enter any facility and it's basically just a hallway. Even in a game like this, you know, where it's like, that's my expectation now, but even though it's meeting my expectation, that still gets disappointing. But that's a personal thing. That would be like in almost any game whatsoever. I think that's also one of the reasons why I dislike a lot of the design of modern Final Fantasy games, because they're mostly just hallways. Or why even I dislike a lot of the modern Pokemon games, because if you do go into a cave or something, it's functionally just a hallway. Like, I want my RPGs to be designed in a way that I get lost. Why am I not set to the quest? Is there something stopping me from doing it? No. You just decided you weren't going to keep me on the Archon quest again.
Protocol? Protocol, where are you?
Oh, this is the forest with the Tanukis. Where are the Tanuki? Ooh. Looking at you. I keep collecting they call them spin crystals. They're basically just records. I keep collecting the records for the teapot, as you should, because they're just all over the ground, all over the world. But I have not actually gotten into the teapot at all in this account, so they're just taking up space, I think, in my inventory. Sit here, yeah. They're just starting to take up space when I randomly pick one up. And I've hardly picked any of them up. The amount that are in the game, they could just be several rows of just that. Oh, I didn't even realize we have a free pull from earlier. Where's the helper? Oh, you went there. I'm not worried about you right now. Oh, it's probably this thing. Sayu!
That toy Tanuki just turned into a human! What's going on? Paimon's never seen one of these before. Not a Tanuki. I'm a Muchina. I'm so tired. If I don't get enough sleep, it'll stunt my growth. Is this the professional you were talking about? She doesn't look very professional at all.
She is a member of the Shiumatsuban, a genuine, bona fide ninja.
Oh, wow! A ninja? So was that one of those legendary ninja transformation techniques? Anyway, what's the Shumatsuban?
It belongs to the Yashiro Commission, a secret unit under Kamisato Ayato. Now, Kamisato Ayato and the Yashiro Commission are neutral parties, so I have no right to give orders to the Shiumatsuban. However, convincing their most chronically lazy member to help us is well within my abilities. Here's what I need you to do. Go into town and find evidence of the Tenryo Commission's betrayal. It would not be appropriate for me to be seen there myself.
You make it sound so simple, but...
Oh, I thought you would have figured it out by now. All right then. I'll indulge you with a little more information. For a complete outsider, probing the inner workings of the Tenryo Commission is nigh on impossible. But since the three commissions work together to serve the Shogun, they have a close relationship. Someone from one of the other commissions might have an easier job of figuring out what they're up to. Now you're following me. The Shogun's army haven't given up on their search for you yet, but with the help of this Shiumatsuban ninja, I'm sure you'll be able to rendezvous with your friends. Don't forget, we're on a tight schedule here. Be sure to bring back the evidence in good time.
Why do I have that marked? That has to be a Shrine of the Depth. That's the only reason I would have that marker there. I don't have any of those keys, do I? I do have one. Hot dog, let's go unlock it.
Stop right there!
Oh, it's up. Where else could it be? Oh, that's pretty high up. I don't know if I have it. We'll have to go slow. No! It's one I've already unlocked. Do I have it set because I already have it unlocked? I forgot how I was doing the pinning in this one. Maybe I am marking the ones I already unlocked so when I look at the map, I don't go back to that one. That would be the smart way to do it. If that is the case, though, where is another one? Because I think what's confusing me is I think I did it the other way around on my private account. Because on that one, I normally don't look things up if I can avoid it. You know, I'm just sitting there enjoying the game. I'm trying to explore and everything. So I mark things as I pass them. On this one, though, because we're on stream, and I don't want to just waste the time, I have no problem looking up where they are. So that's probably why I'm doing it opposite here. I'm going to have to remember that, though, because that's going to bother me every single time, because I will forget that that's why I mark it this way. Let me find Inazuma's Shrines of the Depth. Let's try knocking them out in some relative order. Did I get the one over here? Can I get the one over? No, I think we're still under lockdown for Rito, which I think immediately gets away after you finish the Archon quest, even if you didn't do the side thing. So that one's not going to be a good one to do. Is it here? Is that where the other one is? There is one by here, so I guess we can try to get to that teleporter, and that will get us close enough anyway. Okay. Oh, no. I was going to start climbing here, but now that that guy's here, I'm not going to be able to. That's the one annoying thing, I think, about Inazuma. Like, a lot of people get annoyed by the lightning. That stuff doesn't bother me. Like, yeah, I might get a little pissed off for a second because I got hit by lightning randomly, but as long as it doesn't decide to randomly hit you as you load into the map, it's not that hard to avoid. You know, it would be easier to scale up just going from here. And I kind of like walking places. I think it's enjoyable to just go for a stroll here in Genshin. I don't need to be moving faster than we're already moving most of the time. But the annoying thing is that out of nowhere you could just be minding your own business and a whole squad of samurai just poof in front of you. And maybe I wouldn't mind that if this whole game was random encounters, but random encounters in the game that already has fixed encounters, that can be kind of frustrating. That guy. I need to collect these. I need to, like, preemptively start collecting these, because I will need them for, I think, the treasure compass later on. Eventually, if I ever bother to do the reputation quest to be able to unlock the treasure compass. I don't know if that's actually happening or not. Where's the edge of this? Oh! Startled me more. It's a very big barrier. Well, I'm trying to remember how you get that one. That might be one of those ones where you have to get up here in a certain amount of time. There's the thing I'm looking for. Where is this? Oh, that's down there. I don't want to do that then. This is the whole reason we took our detour, was just for this. And since this is the way we're marking it, let me put the pin on the map that right here we've already gotten a Shrine of the Depth. Okay. Now, where are we going? Back to Inazuma. Oh, there's a traveler's anecdote there. That's interesting. That you can get an anecdote for a character who has not canonically moved into this part of the game yet, because we haven't progressed that far. But I guess they just don't want new players to miss out on them. Okay, how far is this? Oh, I should have turned on the other street. Dog! The dogs will, like, instantly become friends with you as long as you don't do, like, a skill or something around them to make them freak out. Then they just run away. They don't hate you or anything, they're just scared, like dogs get. They really should let you pet the dog, you know? It wouldn't be that hard to just have the interact button let you pet the dog. Just saying. I don't think every game needs to let you pet the dog, but if they're gonna have the dog walk up to you all friendly like that, they should let you pet the dog.
What brings you here? Did you meet with the Resistance? How's the battle going? Is it safe for me to come out yet?
Not just yet. We saw people patrolling on our way here.
So, it's still not over. I guess you came here because you have something to discuss? I'll get someone to call for Miss Kamisato. Bear with me for 1 second.
I see. You have been through a lot since we last met. I understand. You need evidence of the Tenryou Commission's betrayal. Let me think. Now that you mention it, there is one thing that has always concerned me. The Shogun's army has been at war with the Resistance for a long time now, but not once has the Shogun ever inquired about it. I used to think that she simply didn't care, but looking at it now, perhaps the problem all along has been with the Tenryou Commission's reports to the Shogun.
What do you mean?
The Tenryou Commission presides over domestic military affairs. If they ever had any intention of concealing information in their reports, we would have no way of knowing. Meanwhile, the Shogun would incorrectly conclude that the Vision Hunt decree poses no threat and would stick to her decision. If we had access
Just
to their
realized the
reports,
Silhouette game started.
it would confirm everything.
But as I recall, the only person authorized
Not
to
that I
access
ever
that
participate,
kind of
I only
official
ever hop in
documentation
chat to talk
is
shit.
Shujo Takayuki. It's heavily guarded too. Even with Sayu's help, swiping a document from under their noses is no easy task.
If only there was a way we could distract the guards just for long enough.
Yoimiya's fireworks!
That's a very Toma-sounding suggestion. But it's a reasonable one. The statue of the omnipresent god is right by the Tenryou Commission. If someone set off fireworks near the statue, they certainly wouldn't ignore it. While they were preoccupied with that, Sayu could infiltrate the Tenryou Commission and take the report, as well as any other evidence she might find.
Great! It feels like I'm getting closer and closer to being a free man again. It feels like it's been an eternity since we last sat down and talked like this. Well, it certainly felt like it to me. I've been looking forward to seeing you again every day since I got here.
This tea house used to be my favorite hiding place, but now I've honestly lost track of how long it's been since I last set foot outside of here. Oh man, I want to go to the hot springs so badly.
Poor Toma.
Let's focus on the issue at hand. The sooner the Vision Hunt Decree is abolished, the sooner Toma will be free. This was a reunion of sorts, but there's no time to catch up. We'll celebrate properly when it's all over.
Ooh, let's play the hot pot game again.
You're still thinking about that?
The Tenryo Commission is heavily guarded. Be careful when you get near. Let's meet back here afterwards.
Alright, first let's go to Hanamizaka to find you and Mia.
Actually, what time is it? 5:10. Well, actually, it's probably not 5:10. It's probably 5:08. That clock always runs fast.
These bombs, so heavy.
Yeah, you know, I think that's a good place to stop the story. Use whatever pulls we have, which is 2. And then we'll wrap up, because I do have other things I have to do. Okay. That's it.
These bombs, so heavy.
Thanks for watching. I gotta go run off and do important things. We take it easy, and I think we'll probably be here tomorrow too. So we'll keep progging through.